Hello! Welcome everyone to Animon Story Monsters Awaken. Animon Story is an indie TTRPG created by Zak Barouh, and Monsters Awaken is a Ghostlight RPG's production. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to follow and subscribe to Ghostlight RPGs. You can also show your support for the channel by becoming a patron on the GRPG's Patreon, or by donating tips to the cast via the GRPG's Ko-fi account. All of those tips will go directly to the cast you see before you. You can learn more about Animon Story and purchase the game by visiting animonstory.com. In addition to purchasing the Animon Story PDF, you can also now purchase the Anithology, which contains pre-made adventures by a variety of creators. So if you're into Pokemon or Digimon, this is definitely the game for you. I'm your Monsters Awaken game master, Emma. My pronouns are she, her. I am a writer, actor, podcaster who recently started streaming Nancy Drew computer games on my own Twitch channel. And this is your lovely cast. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pass the ball to the artist behind all of the beautiful character art that you will see on our overlay today. I'm going to pass it to Rebecca.
Hey, I am Rebecca Munoz, she, her, and I am playing SELENA Aldana, who is also she, her. SELENA is a 15-year-old girl, and she's pretty tall, and like a developing young teen. Purple hair, dark purple eyes, perma bitch face. So she always kind of looks like she's in a mood. And she wears a really big, cool black jacket that's a little oversized, and an interesting fact about my character. She's got a sweet tooth. She's honestly kind of a sucker for just really fancy little cakes and stuff like that. Like just the cutest cakes and teas. She loves them. Like, honestly, like, it doesn't seem her vibe, but like if somebody's going to a cafe, she's just like into it. So yeah, that's mine. And I'm gonna pass it to Jess.
Hi, I'm Jess. Pronouns, any pronouns. And I'm Avery Lawson. Pronouns she, her. She's the gamer type, and is courageous, but also obsessive. Particular obsession being energy drinks. I haven't decided on the name of those energy drinks yet, but I will. Oh, and she has seafoam green hair, in a like tight ponytail, with like bangs strewn on her face, and an undercut on both sides. Whereas this like pastel color blocked hoodie, some jeans, pristine white backpack, and covered in enamel pins, and she's just stoked to be here. Justin!
Hi everyone, my name is Justin Barron, pronouns are he, him. I am playing Lucas Medina, pronouns he, him. Lucas is a 15-year-old, really smart kid. He uses a wheelchair. He is quite a lanky body. Honestly, more muscular arms and like upper body, kind of like a swimmer's body in a way. Like on the like the broad, like broad shoulders, but like kind of lanky. You know what I'm talking about? I'm getting too much into this now. Ignore that. Anyway, he's got black hair. His clothes are pretty dirty. Not dirty, just, who's got time for laundry? He is, what else am I supposed to say? He's 15. He's got, his virtue is leadership, and he is the computer wizard, type, using the Animon Story system. Did I forget anything?
Fun fact?
Fun fact is that, Lucas, actually, well, this is actually, if you watched last week's episode, you probably know this already, but Lucas was a huge fan of the Animon TV series, when he was a kid. and still likes to doodle and draw Animon to this day. We'll go to Alisa.
Yeah, my name is Alisa Lynn, she, her, and I'm playing Cassidy Montgomery, also she, her. She is 14, and she's the gentle heart type in the Animon system. Her virtue is hope, and she's got kind of like a short, kind of shaggy red bob with some bangs. Pretty petite, like she's always kind of looked too young, much younger than her age, but she is also excited to be here, just like Avery. And her fun fact, she's always wearing like overalls and like multicolored rain boots also. Super into gardening. And that kind of ties into the fun fact that she didn't really have a TV in her house growing up. So that's why she's so unfamiliar with Animon, is because she never watched it. She didn't really watch any TV. So she spent a lot of time outside gardening and just hanging out, finding cool rocks. And that's Cassidy. Emma, back to you.
Ooh, thank you. Awesome. Thank you all for those lovely character introductions. I can't think of anything else I need to say before we start. Other than, I guess, just, oh, yes.
No, I didn't know if you like needed to give a content warning or anything like that.
Oh, thank you. This is a PG-13 stream, so no like huge content warnings. There will probably be language, so this is not for young ears, unless you're okay with that. And you might hear jokes about parents being former adult film actors, or organizations with sexual acronyms for their titles. So
What are you talking about?
So yeah.
You can make me play a 15-year-old, but I still have the mind of a 30-year-old, so I'm sorry.
No, I think you really have
the mind of a 15-year-old.
Actually, yeah, that's true. That's true. Good points.
Same brain cell, sorry.
Yeah.
We're just passing it around the whole stream.
We're off to a great start. It's gonna be good.
Awesome. Yeah, we are off to a great start. So without further ado, Justin, let's jump back into Animon Story, Soul Monsters Awaken.
We're back.
All right. Sorry, I was muted.
Nailed it.
Last time on Animon Story, Soul Monsters Awaken. Our story began at the hero's school, the Wellspring Institute, where a student named Carlos Estrada collapsed, and a large icy bird started whipping up a snowstorm. A mysterious cat-like creature called Abiskers informed our heroes that only they could stop this icy bird, that it was an Animon, or a soul monster, and that each of them had an Animon partner to fight by their side. Each kid received a soul stone and an Animon egg to care for, and the next day, 3/4 of them met back at the school with the intention of checking up on Carlos. In their attempts to find him, Lucas managed to help his classmate, Jadea Butler, fix the fairy lights in the commons. Selena sent the class mean girl, Victoria Appleblossom, up to the roof of the school in search of a rare plant. Cassidy met the little sister of popular 12th grader Roan Winters and learned that their parents had passed away. And Avery spent the entire episode competing undercover at a very important Fork Night Championship. Once the destructive ice bird was spotted once more, our heroes' Animon eggs hatched into their fledgling stages. Ready to fight, Lucas helped his Animon, Zapan Z, soul transform into Babbled, and Selena helped Pandipper soul transform into Penumbra. Cassidy, determined to help Carlos, found him in the Gladwell Auditorium, surrounded by a frozen symphonic band. Using the power of her soul stone, she and her Animon, Florut, disappeared in a ball of green light that was absorbed into Carlos's body. Now, we come back to our story, and we are going to jump right into what we call initiative, because we are in combat. So, my players, if you will please roll initiative. We are using roll 20. So I don't know if this will work, but maybe if you click on your token before you roll initiative, it might add that. If not, we can just manually make it ourselves. So while they are rolling initiative, I'm going to turn on some music. Let's see.
How do you roll initiative?
So that's a good question. It's okay because we're playing a new game. We're playing Animon Story Monsters Awaken. If you want to roll initiative, you're going to go look at your character sheet. You're going to look at the very bottom of the first page, and there will be a block that says initiative. It'll have a number in it, and that number is how many D6s that you roll to see what your initiative score is. And we simply go by whoever has the highest, I guess we'll say the highest number of successes. So a success for our game is a 4 or higher.
And
So-
now I know.
So
Emma,
let's see.
I'll put these in for you.
Oh, hey, thank you, Justin.
You are welcome.
Looks like Selena got 2
It's
2s. Lucas got
Off
a
to a
5
great
and a
start.
2, so he got 1 success. And Cassidy got a 4 and a 4, so 2 successes. Avery, why do you have an extra D6? Oh, wait, you have 3, don't you?
Oh yeah, your initiative would be
Oh, Avery's got
Wonky.
quick reflexes,
Killing
and they
it.
have 3 successes.
it's all those video
so-
games, man.
Gamer hands.
I'm gonna.
Jess, you got really loud all of a sudden. That was wild. You came out of nowhere.
Avery got really loud.
Yeah, that's a good explanation. So I'm sorry. Who goes first?
Well,
What's the-
Avery rolled the most successes, so Avery's gonna go first. which
I'm
is
booking
actually
it.
Pretty
Where am I?
ironic because Avery is not here yet.
I felt it.
It's so Green Ranger where they just show up out of nowhere and they're the first one to attack, and it's just like Avery.
Let's see if I Kool-Aid man through the wall.
Just right through the greenhouse.
Cassidy
Ow.
will go after Avery. Yep, you got it. And then Lucas or Justin, sorry. I rolled for the giant ice bird and they got 2 successes. So let's see. And they have a 6 and a 4. So let's have the ice bird go before Cassidy since one of their 6s is a 6. Also, in this initiative, 2 6s were rolled. You know what that means, Justin?
That means the critical gauge is enacted and raised.
In Animon Story Monsters Awaken, or in Animon Story in general, we have a cool game mechanic called the critical gauge. As the critical gauge goes up, 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 it's going to reach its way to 10, from 0 to 10. Once it hits 10, something will happen, a critical move. There are multiple options for the critical move. It is for the players to decide, not for me. They can do either a critical combo attack, a critical evolution, a critical success, or a critical threat. Now, some of these I will say, like a critical evolution, you guys can't evolve past your current highest form, which for all of you is currently your basic stage. But once you hit level 3, you're at level 2 now. Once you hit level 3, your super stage will unlock. So currently, critical evolution can only take you to basic. So I'm just throwing that out there. But I need to stop
It's
talking.
also
Put on some
worth
music.
noting that as an audience member, if you save up channel points, you can help us raise the critical gauge. I don't remember how many points it is, but for some amount of points, you can
It'll
help us
do
raise the
something.
critical gauge. What?
And
And once
have like
it's
16,000 channel points.
I have,
Yours
I
can't
have,
do it.
Damn it!
Why?
Sorry,
I
guys.
have 21.1K.
I know. We all have like 100,000.
Because I never touched them.
22K
I
channel
always
points.
forget about them.
I feel like
okay.
you can't stop me.
Kate already does.
Kate just-
the chase.
Kate just raised it. Yeah, exactly like that, Kate. You just raised us to 3.
Like this?
We are at level 3 on the critical gauge, everybody.
Only
crap.
6 more to go. And every time anyone rolls a 6, I should say, that's when the critical gauge goes up by 1. Cool, and we're already at 3, so things are
Anime
heating up.
dance party.
Kate just enacted also an anime dance party.
Oh my
It's
gosh,
an anime
okay.
dance party.
Well, that's a
Well,
good
Jess, I'm glad you
question.
asked.
I think that the best way to explain is to just do it. So
I understand.
this music is a little slow,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna we can do a slow motion anime dance party.
Anime.
Okay, hold on. I have lights.
Yes, Jess.
Get the.
It's gonna break my computer. Let's go see the lights doing it. It'll work. That's fine.
How long does this go again?
10 seconds. We're past time. We're past time. It's just fun. It's fun.
I just get so
Justin.
excited every single time.
I was
Okay,
just
I'm
gonna let it
turn
go for like 16 bars, you know?
All right, let's
Never.
jump into combat. Okay. Avery. We're starting with Avery. We haven't seen Avery yet on this stream. Avery.
I just
you
unplugged
are...
my mic. I'm sorry. I'm back.
Thank you, Kate.
My mic got unplugged during the dance party, so if there was a weird noise, I'm sorry.
Passionate.
You're good. Avery, you are at the Fork Knife esports competition. It is Saturday morning. I should clarify that it is Saturday morning, March the 18th, I believe, which
Nice.
is that today?
When am I?
It
Oh.
is.
Today.
This
I think that
never
should add-
happens.
I think that should add 16 to the critical gauge.
Yeah, I think that should add the extra slice
Should
of
be-
Tate's
I
art.
think.
It is today, and it is currently like, let's say around like noon. Where are you? What are you doing? I feel like we're gonna drop in right when you are finishing or near the end of your game. Tell me, I'm not an esports person. Tell me about this convention.
Now I don't know if you saw my lights and my microphone, but I'm clearly an esports person. Don't know anything about esports either. But I've seen them. I'm on stage. It's a 4x4 competition. Competition is fierce. I'm on stage. I got little is mine still an egg at this point? Because I've been at competition. Or
Yes.
is it in a cooler and it's Schrodinger's cat and I have no idea what's in there?
Yeah, it's in the cooler, and as far as you know, it's still an egg.
Okay, so I'm sitting there and look down for a brief second while I'm. What am I doing in Fork Knife? While I'm getting rezzed, and
We all know.
I
what
look
that
down at my
means.
phone and
Keep
I see yeah go on,
Mhm.
and I get a text message from Lucas that says I need to get over there stat, and I know that Lucas would never do something so reckless as to text me during a competition in our long-standing friendship, even though he told everyone my secret.
I like
Everyone
how-
in the COC are my secret anyway.
Can I just real quick say too, like, you know, in our session 0, Jess and I established that our kids are maybe like in the same club, like we're kind of like, you know, we have some of the same interests, and now we've literally just established like we are best, like we do, like we just like know everything about each other, I guess, like we.
That's COC life.
You can say cock.
Yeah,
We've been
Cock?
saying it
we've been saying
for the
it.
record.
Oh, I
Quite a
get
bit.
it now. No, I'm kidding.
Oh yeah, that's Avery. Okay. Anyway, I'm sorry. Keep going.
Look down and see a text and realize this is an emergency. I need to call in my alternate. And Avery is much like the hit Disney Channel sitcom Hannah Montana, in that she's living in dual life, and therefore needs a disguise. Her disguise being an outfit completely different from her own, all black, with an assassin's hood and like mask that goes right up to underneath her eyes, with just the tiniest tendril of her seafoam green hair that she keeps trying to tuck back into her hood. And so she grabs the nearest empty can of, here's the name of the energy drink. It's CritFuel. And
I'd buy
and
that.
chucks it at Randall, my alternate, who by all means sucks, but this sounds important.
Hey, what was that for? What do people call you at these conventions?
Renegade Lawson, don't talk about how that's literally my last name, okay? I get it. You're not allowed to change your username for 30 days, but I became partner in 29. I don't know what to tell you.
Renegade, what do you need?
You're up! I have to go. Oh. The cock needs me! And then I just run out. And I grab my cooler and I run out.
And they hop into your station and they take over the esports.
My headset is sweaty.
But and you're making your way through the crowd. People are like watching as you run away. Like, what? Where are they going? Where's Renegade going? Because you're pretty well known at this convention as being a very like slotted to win. But as you leave this chance to win the title, you're racing through the crowd of people. And Jess, I forget, did we establish that this event is happening on the campus, or did we decide it was happening at like somewhere else?
I think it's adjacent to the campus. They're using some kind of performing arts building that's right by.
I'm gonna say
it's a little satellite location, as they call it in the esports world.
There you go. I'm gonna say that because the like auditorium is being used for the symphonic band, that you and this competition is all happening in like a sports arena. Like they've
Nice.
set up an actual, like, let's say that they're hockey? Is that no? Does that make sense? I don't know.
We do a hockey here.
Anything makes sense because this is make believe.
There we go. So you guys have all been set up on the hockey field,
Rink.
pitch, rink. I got there.
You got there.
This rink is cold, but the competition was hot.
Exactly. It added drama when everyone was trying to get onto the rink. So you're running out of the hockey rink, and you're trying to get towards the WI Commons, which is where Lucas lets you know that you needed to meet. And as you're running, you feel that at your side, your energy drink cooler, it's starting to heat up. And if you look down to your side, you see that the cooler, there's smoke coming out of the like top of it through like a little hole.
Ah, shit.
What
My
do you
energy
do?
drinks! Wait, just kidding. Those are in my backpack. It's fine. Rip it open.
And Avery, as you rip open the cooler, you see inside that your Animon egg is beginning to bubble and crack. Through the cracks, you see what looks like lava and smoke is coming off of it. Real quick for the audience, can you tell us what your Animon egg looks like before it breaks open?
So it very much looks like a giant piece of charcoal at this point, but vaguely egg-shaped. It's cracking and like it's liquid molten rock instead of a yolk or anything. And this little tiny little dragon-looking thing with no wings, but a little blue and red tail and small little beauty, kind of angry-looking eyes. It pops out. It's covered in these thick scales for it being so small. And it just kind of looks up at me and kind of looks like I owe it money.
And Small, you are awakened.
Small.
Small.
Small's little eyes wake up and they go, hey, what's up?
Not much. How are you?
You're Avery, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Not so loud though, please.
Oh.
As I'm like tearing
looks
off.
around. Why? Are we undercover?
I'm ducked behind a bush at this point, changing.
Oh, we're playing hide and seek. Oh, I slay at this
Yeah.
game.
Do you? Oh, well, yeah, you did a pretty good job. I didn't know you were in there. Well, I did, but anyway, I'm changing right now. We need help, my friends. You'll see. You'll understand, because you're You, me, same brain cell. Okay.
Yeah. Well, let's go help him.
Yeah. And then I'm assuming the cooler is just junk at this point.
It is sufficiently melted.
Cool. That's a safety hazard. I love it. I reluctantly scoop up Small, hoping that no part of me gets burnt to a crisp.
I would say that because they are your own Animon, you're able to pick them up and they do not burn you.
Just feels vaguely warm. I used to have lizards. It's quite fun.
Just kidding, they don't say we, that's not their style.
Yee. I just go.
They say, fuck yeah!
Ah! And just stick them on my shoulder. And then rustle back my hair and then just get booking through the crowds or whatever is out there.
Awesome. Let's go ahead and roll. Do you have agility? Is that a human thing? Or is it reflex? It's reflex. Go ahead and roll reflex. And let's say that to get to the Wellspring Commons by your next turn, you need to get at least 3 successes. So at least 3 4s or higher.
No pressure. 2.
Ah, so close. You have 2 successes. You have 2 6s. Ding, ding, ding,
2
ding,
6s.
ding.
Oh,
Jess.
Oh, that CritFuel.
If you want to push your roll, that is an option you have. That would allow you to re-roll everything. So re-roll all 4 of those die. That's an option you can do. You can use one. You can take 1 bond strain, and I believe you also spend 1 bond point to push a roll. Let me double check using the little handy dandy quick reference sheet.
I'm pretty sure that's correct. That's what I did last time.
Perfect.
Quick question: If they re-roll that would the 6s don't count for the critical gauge, right? If they
why not? I think they've been rolled at some point. So
okay. Well, sweet. We're up to 5 then. Is that only when we roll them or when you roll them too?
I think it's when I roll them too.
All right, we're at 6 then.
Hey.
We've barely started initiative. And we're already almost at critical.
Quick work of this.
It's too easy.
Ooh, and I'll also remind everyone before we really dig into combat. These are some things that you can use bond points for. Each character has a maximum of 7 bond points currently. You can use bond points to better your odds. So you can spend 1 bond point to gain 2 dice on any roll. You can spend 2 bond points to gain 3 dice, etc. You can dig deep, so you can spend 1 bond point to gain an extra use when an Animon is running out of their signature attack. These are all in the Roll20 for my players. You can spend a bond point to interject, which you spend 2 bond points to make an immediate extra action in combat or any other circumstances where no action would normally be possible. You can spend 3 bond points to fight on. When a character would be reduced to 0 stamina or 0 HP, that character is instead reduced to 1. Or you can spend 1 to 3 bond points for a lucky break, which is to add a change to the scene or story. The cost will be higher for changes that are improbable or extremely convenient. And I have the final say on what is reasonable. Justin, I do not think that you have to spend a bond point to push. I think you just take bond strain. Because it didn't list that just then, but I'm going to read the bond strain thing real quick. Yeah. Yeah, it just says whenever a player decides to push or roll, their character immediately gains 1 bond strain. So you still keep your bond point. So you can give yourself 1 bond point back.
Well, I'm pretty sure when we leveled up, we
That's true.
got them all back anyway, so I'm at full still.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So Avery, did you push and re-roll? Or did you decide not to?
I will decide not to.
That is
I
totally
just met
fine.
him and he seems a little angry.
So
Who,
Avery,
me? Just kidding. You didn't say that out loud.
So I'm going to say that it'll take you not next turn, but on your turn after that, you'll be able to be at the WI Commons since you are booking it as fast as you can.
Right, no worries.
All right. So Avery is running with Small towards the WI Commons, and we are going to, unless Small wants to do something for their action, unless you want them to do something, we'll move on to everyone who's back at the commons.
Right, Small?
What'd you say?
We're good.
We're good? Good.
All right.
Because I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, true.
So we're going to move back to the WI Commons, where currently Lucas and Selena are engaged in combat with an ice bird Animon. This music is intense. Okay. Lucas, you and Zapanzi are standing in the middle of the commons as this giant blue ice bird flies above you. Snow and wind whip around you. Selena, you just had your Animon, Penumbra, break a board in half that was flying through the air towards your homeroom teacher, the pregnant Miss Saito. But you were able to stop the board, or Penumbra was, from hitting her. And now the ice bird is going to take its turn. And I'm going to actually make something in Roll20 available so that you can see it now. I added a bunch of handouts, FYI, for my players. So if you want to look through the handout section, I added a bunch of pictures of NPCs.
Wow.
Yeah. So this
Love it.
ice bird, it's gonna do something scary.
Yes.
It's so pretty. I wish it wasn't about to kill us.
All right. This is so fun. This is the first time we get to have combat as these characters. Okay.
Yeah,
So,
we're really doing this.
Lucas and Selena, as you stand there looking up at the sky, Abiskers hops up next to you, placing themselves firmly on the ground, and they're going to say, you can use your soul stone to figure out what type of Animon that is.
Okay. Like,
It's a feature.
I hold my watch up and I look at it. Decipher.
The yellow soul stone on your wrist glows, and you hear a voice, ethereal voice, say that this Animon is Shrill Whistle, an avian ice Animon.
Shrill whistle. Zappy and Z, did you hear that? Shrill whistle.
Yeah, I sure did.
Do you-
What a name.
Do you know that one?
What do you think? We all know each other? That's not how it works.
Oh yeah, we went over this last time. Never mind.
Come on, man. We talked about
That's
this.
specious.
That really is.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, I didn't know about like,
Dang.
how it happens on Soul
Ask
World
your
or
stone.
whatever. Shrill whistle is a what type?
Ice and bird.
Avian ice.
Great. And then I like think about it in my head, and I call out to Selena, and I say, I think ice type is. Wait, is there an ice type? Hang
It's
on.
the same as water.
Oh, it's the same as water.
I've decided.
If I remember the show correctly, ice is weak against not grass type, nature type. Right? Hang on, I don't know what they're called in Animon. I'm really blowing this.
I
I think it's nature.
Nature.
It is.
I don't
I'm
have it
pretty
pulled
sure,
up. Cool.
Against nature type.
What's Penumbra?
I'm sorry, guys.
What type of Animon is Penumbra?
That's a
Bear?
good question. Can you guys all talk about your types of Animon while I have to step away from the computer real quick?
Yeah,
Okay.
Absolutely.
yeah, sure.
Yeah, so
go ahead,
Penumbra.
go ahead, Rebecca.
Penumbra is a beast light type. So not
beast
nature.
Light. So it's right. So it's a light, not like weight wise, but light as in like
Not
light.
oh,
Right?
like holy light.
And it's a beast, right? Because every Animon has a like a type, and then like a what do you call that? Like a class. Thank you. A class
Yeah.
and an element. That's what they're called. So class is beast, and then element is light. What about you, Alisa?
So class is plant and element is nature.
Plant. Oh,
But
we
she
need
is
you
inside
now.
of Carlos.
But also,
Damn it.
like, I wonder though, because like, yeah, it's a water like type, but it's ice. So
Mhm.
I think we need Avery more than Alisa at this point.
Well, according
It's
to the
ice.
elemental,
It's frozen.
according to the
Alisa.
elemental matchups list, okay, created by the
But
creator.
science.
I don't. Science doesn't matter when it comes to Animon.
Make
Okay.
believe.
We don't have a science class at this school because of budget.
Because apparently gardening is more important. It's a type of science.
Zap and
Botany.
Z is a beast electric type,
So we
and then Jess, what is?
Small.
Small.
Small is a dragon fire type.
Dragon fire. Dope.
So what you're saying is, Justin, that Lucas and Selena are the wrong team to be out here dealing with this right now.
Yeah, exactly.
We are doing so great, guys.
So, for the record, Lucas will say, ice is weak against nature types, but strong against fire types. So, that's not good.
No kidding.
And then, yeah, okay, so, let's see. Emma has to step away for just a moment. As we go over that, actually, let's go ahead and take a quick break. Sorry, everybody. This is live everything for you.
Teasing that combat.
Right.
We're really building the suspense.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we barely
It's gonna be
scratched the
awesome
surface.
to stick around.
All right, we'll be right back.
Okay, we are back. Sorry, everyone, for that quick break. Long story short, my cat got out, but we found him. He's safe. Everything is okay. So we are gonna jump
He's
back.
your Animon.
I know he's my Animon. That's why I was like freaking out because
Yeah.
he's my little baby. I know most of you, if you've seen a stream before with me, you've probably seen him like on my lap or on the couch behind me. It's Lux. He's fine. He's safe. Everything's okay. So I'm gonna turn on some music so we can get back into this battle, which we didn't really get to start. So you guys have talked about classes and elements. And we're gonna jump back in. Lucas and Selena, you're looking up at this giant blue bird. It has little like pieces of ice kind of like hovering around it that sparkle in the sunlight. And it is going to attack, it's going to attack Zapan Z. So what we're gonna do is we're going to roll off against each other. Zapan Z is going to roll to dodge. And I am going to roll as Shrill Whistle to attack.
Okay.
So Shrill Whistle is going to shoot its ice whistle at Zapan Z. A burst of ice wind accompanied by a high-pitched whistle is going to shoot at Zapan Z. So I am going to roll with that. I'm going to build my dice pool. And if you think that you're if you have like I think it's called a quality, but essentially if there is something that you can add to Zapan Z's dodge that you think will help him, it states that in those little handouts.
Yeah.
You can roll a dodge and a quality for the defender.
Yeah, well, Zapian Z does have a quality that I added after the last session called Lightning Fast.
Ooh, that would definitely help.
I think I'll add that, which will give me a total of 5 dodge dice.
Nice. Okay.
So here we go. That is 1, 2, 3 success.
Ooh, nice. And I rolled 1, 2. I only got 2 successes. One
And
of them
you-
is a 6.
Got a 6, so the critical gauge is up to 7.
Woo! So Shrill Whistle's icy blast, Zapan Z is able to leap out of the way of the icy blast as it shoots across the commons, blasting one of the stalls that people were setting up for the Makers Market, and that just rolls backwards like it's caught in a tornado. So Zapan Z does not take any damage.
Woohoo!
All right. Then the ice bird is just going to keep circling above And we're going to move actually from this scene over to Cassidy. So I'm gonna actually change up the music a little bit. This is interesting. Oh, gotta refresh my page. I don't know if that stopped the music for you. Maybe it did.
It did not.
Okay.
Nope.
I'm gonna start a new little music for Cassidy with where you are. All right, Cassidy. So the last we saw of Cassidy
Cassidy died and went to heaven. I'm sorry.
It's dead.
Pearly freaking gates over here.
The last
See
we
you guys
saw
at the end of the stream. Sorry, Emma, go.
No, you're good. The last we saw of Cassidy, she disappeared in a ball of green light as her soul stone, which is a little green stone, and her silver locket began to glow. Her and her Animon Florute. And I'm going to retcon and say that the audience saw, as you were absorbed into this green light, the audience saw as one of Whisker's copies of itself jumped in with you to go in with you. And Cassidy, when the light dies down, you are no longer sitting in or standing in the frozen Gladwell Auditorium with the symphonic band. You are now standing in a different place. I should say, first off, it's cold here. Like, you can see your breath in front of you when you breathe. You see a large, smooth, elevated, icy stage with one bright spotlight shining down on center stage. And under that light, there's a lone figure sitting curled up in a ball. But from where you are in like a shadowy audience that is surrounding this icy stage. Actually, I'm going to change the music again. I'm sorry. I have a better one that's a little bit more ominous. Not so much heaven.
Dang it.
So you're standing in this like shadowy audience, and you hear whispers around you as you are standing there. And because there are so many people whispering, their combined whispers kind of sounds like an angry wind. And you catch phrases, you catch snippets of conversation like, "A prodigy, his family must be so proud. Upperclassman symphonic band, and he's only a freshman. Nobody's that good. Such a good boy, so polite. I wish my son were more like him. So aloof. Thinks he's better just because he's talented. It must be nice, everyone thinking he's so special. First place again, as if you'd expect anything less from Carlos." Those whispers float around you.
Awful. I think she would probably look around and just be like, "Hello? Like, where are we?" And like see if she can talk to any of these shadowy audience members. Do they respond at all?
They're kind of like made up. They don't look like full people. Like, they look almost like shadows of people, and some of them don't even have distinct faces, or some of them you see that they're kind of like copies of the same people. Some of them look like they might be Carlos's family. Others look like students at the school. But all of them are a little bit grotesque in the sense that they look a little bit exaggerated. Not quite fully human. And I will say Florute is with you, and Biskers is on the other side of you, and Biskers says, "This is his soul room. This is where his Animon should be. But because the Animon is raging, it is on the outside and Carlos is on the inside."
Oh no. So is Cassidy, is she like in the midst of this like sea of faceless, horrifying okay, can she like move around, or like are they blocking her, or are they like in ethereal?
You are in the aisle, actually. There are a couple of aisles, and you happen to be like standing, if you imagine like a big round auditorium, but you don't see any doors in or out, you're like back against like the back wall, which is really less of a wall and more of just like darkness that like just peters off. So but there is a staircase you can follow. It'll go down, and then you see that to get to, if the stage is where you want to go, you'll actually have to climb a little bit to get up onto the stage.
Okay. And I mean, I think she would immediately go there because her whole goal has been to get to Carlos this entire time. So I think that she's just going to immediately try to like shimmy through everybody and like get to that stage.
Cool. So, does Fleury want to say anything? Sorry, I don't want to cut you guys off.
I think Fleury's just kind of like in the little bag, just kind of peeking out, just like, ooh, it sure is scary around here.
Yeah, it's not great.
This is a lonely place.
And I think Cassidy's gonna like kind of like try to like cuddle Fleur in a little bit because it's so cold, and she remembers what happened the last time one of her frickin' plants was around the cold weather. So she's gonna try to keep it as warm as possible.
Sorry.
And as you cuddle Fleurute and make your way through the aisles, you were able to walk down into this like dark theater. It does get colder the closer that you get to the stage. And when you finally are able to reach the edge of the stage, you see that it's elevated enough that you're going to have to climb what look to be like the stage is mounted on a, you know how in Harry Potter, after He Who Must Not Be Named is kind of like infiltrating the ministry, there's a statue that is like built on the bodies of like statue muggles. It's kind of like that, except instead of bodies, it's like a bunch of different musical instruments. And they're all in like sheet music and stands, and like you see, you know, it's just like a bunch of like a conglomeration of musical things. And you're gonna have to climb this statue of musical items if you want to get up to Carlos.
Okay, I think she is going to attempt that.
So go ahead and roll for me, Cassidy. Reflex.
Of course.
You will need to get 2 successes to successfully make it up to Carlos in this round.
Oh!
Let's go, Cassidy!
What?
We are climbing. I am determined.
Little monkey.
Two
That's
sixes
2 sixes.
brings us up to 9 on the critical gauge.
Ooh.
Dang.
Cassidy. All right. So Cassidy has never really considered herself to be the most athletic girl. She loves plants, you know, she's good at first aid because she tended to be clumsy. So Cassidy, how do you think that you're finding it within you to scale this mountain of instruments?
I think Cassidy is just like, she has been going through such a journey today to get to Carlos, and like now she is in like an alternate dimension, and she's just like so beyond what she thought life was like a day ago. Like her entire worldview has shifted. And so I think she is just like over it, and she's ready to get to Carlos. She wants to help out, like she has been trying for so long. And so she's just like getting feet inside like the mouth of a trombone and like using like a trumpet to like pull herself up, and she's just like going for it and does not care about anything else other than Carlos.
And you finally reach the top of the stage, and you're able to pull yourself onto it. And you see, Cassidy, as you climb up onto the stage, you notice that specifically because your face is right there, you notice that the floor seems to be made up of hexagon tiles with an intricate snowflake pattern on each of those tiles. And as you pull yourself onto it, one of your hands lands on one of those tiles. And a musical note plays, almost as if you've pressed the key of a piano.
Okay, I think she would be like, okay, cool. Don't know what that means. And like, does anything else happen besides the musical note, or is that like, does anything else in the room seem affected by that, or does Carlos?
The musical note echoes throughout the room, and as it does, you see the little like curled up form of Carlos in the middle of the stage shift just a little bit. You'll see that he's sort of surrounded by kind of like a globe of ice, but you can tell that like he is on the inside of it.
Okay, I think she will initially like shout out to him and just be like, Carlos, can you hear me? Are you okay? Carlos?
He doesn't respond.
Okay, so she's gonna start heading towards him and like just like try to like step as gingerly as possible because she's not super sure exactly what so I think she's like kind of like hopping like every other tile.
Awesome. And we will come back to her hopping across the stage on her next turn. And we are going to shift to Lucas back in the Wellspring Commons fighting the giant bird.
Yeah. Are we going back to the crazy music?
Yeah, I'm just gonna let this one peter out for just like a little second because it's almost done.
Good. Peter away. Peter.
But yes, we are going back
Tech
to
team
the-
cock.
No, I only ask because I had a crazy idea.
Awesome.
So
Oh,
something that I find interesting and a cool way about the way that like Animon attacks and stuff work is that there's not really any like surefire definition of what the attack looks like or how it, you know, works or whatever. And I like the freedom of that, so at the risk of doing too much, I'm going to ask you if I can go a little crazy here.
Yeah.
Lucas is going to call to Zap and Z. I imagine that when Shrill Whistle attacked Zap and Z, maybe it like kind of dove closer to the, you know, to the ground, I suppose. And while it's down there, Lucas gets the idea, remembering all of the lights that Jadea put up, or that, you know, are up and around and everything. And so Lucas calls out to Zap and Z, saying, Z, overcharge the lights! And so I'm gonna have Z roll here, and depending on how it goes, I'll let you know what I want to do. Does that work?
Sure.
Okay. So this will be an overcharge, and so it's rank of 1?
Yeah.
No, wait, no, but I'm attacking, right? Wait.
Well, if you are going to try to overcharge the lights instead of the lights making like a dodge against you, because that wouldn't make sense, I'm just
Right.
gonna say that you're gonna have to get 2 successes for this to work.
For the record, my goal is to attack the
Okay.
creature, the Animon, but using the lights as like the conduit, essentially. My idea is to like overcharge them to where they burst and like shatter electricity from like all angles, essentially.
All right. So let's so that's interesting.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to be creative.
I'll still no, it's great.
Yeah.
I'll still make I'm just thinking mechanically, I'll
Right.
still make a dodge roll then for
Yeah.
Shrill Whistle, and if they don't miss it, then yes, it will work. All right,
Okay.
so we'll each make our dice pool.
So, okay, hang on, let me roll making an attack. So it's the stat plus the signature attack plus quality. Okay, so I choose one of my stats, I see. So I'll use power plus my signature ability, so that's 4, plus living battery, which is 5. Can you use more than one quality in a roll?
No, I think you can just
Okay.
use one.
Cool. Alright, so 5, here we go. That's
Oh,
4
ooh.
successes.
And a 6, and I also rolled 2 6s, so I only got 2 successes.
Yes.
You got 4, so
Plus-
you definitely are able to do that damage.
That does take us to 10 on the critical gauge.
Yes.
And
Damn.
if I may, activate it.
All right.
Can I?
Is the team? You have to consult your fellow
Yeah,
players.
right. So guys, our options here are the critical combo attack, which really only applies to people who are in combat. The critical evolution, which would put everybody to their highest stage, which all of us either are, or at least most of us are. Critical success, which would just give somebody an automatic success without having to roll for a test. So that one is handy. Or critical threat, which means we would get our bond points back, but with like a story cost. But I don't think any of us really need bond points back. So that comes down to critical success or critical combo attack. So does anybody need like a critical success coming up on anything? Cassidy?
Maybe, but
Okay.
I'm also happy, especially since like your guys's like class isn't super effective against ice. Like if you guys want to do a combo attack in terms of like helpfulness,
Right.
I'm fine with that.
Well, and I was thinking too, I mean, I thought it would be a cool opportunity if like the lights all like burst with electricity, and then if, you know, Penumbra came in with a light attack from the lights
Yeah.
as well, it would like, I don't know, just, I think theatrically
love that.
look awesome.
Yeah. I
Here
like
for it.
You're basically
I mean,
getting a
light,
free
electricity.
attack right before
Yeah.
your turn.
I'm totally down for
Seems
that.
like a good option.
Let's cook this bird.
Cool. Okay. Well then, how does that work?
Okay, well, first, what we're gonna do is we are going to make sure that we do the damage. So your original damage that you rolled for your initial attack before we include the critical gauge, because you did win that. You rolled 4 successes. I only rolled 2. So what is Zapenzi's damage number?
Damage number is 8 points.
Woo! All right. So Zapenzi, that is good. And then also you get an additional 2 points of damage because the difference between our rolls is 2, like our successes, I should say, because you got 4 and I got 2. So you deal an additional 2 points of damage.
Wow.
That's a good hit.
That's great. I think Zapenzi is just like, let's fucking go! Like, as it's happening.
Yes, and shrill whistle as the lights all explode around her. The glass and the electricity, it like zaps her right as she's like diving down close to you guys. And you hear her agonized cry as the lightning shoots through her body. And then you said you also want to do the critical.
Actually, so reading it, it says the player who triggers uses their action. So I technically just use my action to do that
That's
damage.
true.
So I'm not gonna do it.
Okay. And I will remind you guys that you don't have to use it immediately once we've reached that threshold. It goes away after combat is over, but it doesn't have to immediately happen if you want to save it for a good story moment. Or if someone horribly fails. No, I think that, but yeah, so you can save that. So yeah, a solid hit. Zapan Z and Lucas.
Way to go, Z!
Just high fives you immediately.
Oh, I wasn't ready. Like, it just
We'll figure it out. Don't worry. Look at the elbow. That's what I always learned.
You have an elbow?
I'm a monkey. Of course I got an elbow.
You're not a monkey. You're an Animon.
You're an Animon. Ah, you got me.
And then it pans away from us.
You
'cause-
guys, if you guys could save that for another time, maybe when we're not about to die.
Selena, it is your turn.
Okay. I think that Selena sees how much damage that Zapanzi just did, and I think she's just gonna look to Penumbra, and she's gonna say, "Well, I guess we can't let that show us up." Just watching you guys
I
fail
think
at
they did
high-fiving.
Can you say that again, Jess?
I think you're doing great.
Jess is Penumbra.
Can you blast it?
Yeah!
Awesome. Lunar Blaster, go.
All
I'm
right.
imagining Penumbra's like screaming as well, just shrill scream, but like very passionate. I'm not gonna do it.
And so I imagine that like the bird is still kind of flying around trying to like get air again to get back up, and Penumbra just I think the little star on her forehead on their forehead just starts glowing until this big beam of light just boom, shoots out of it, like almost Care Bear style, but it's more towards the head, and just like this blinding beam of white just like pelts this bird right in the face. Hopefully I hit something. Let's see. So that is, I roll my what?
You will roll 3 things when you're making your attack dice pool.
Right.
You will roll your a kid no wait, not a kid trait, an Animon stat plus a quality plus your signature attack. And so whatever number, and so for this, since it's an attack, the sort of stat that you would roll would be power.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Oh,
And
You know
then
I forgot the effect of the signature attack.
what's the effect of the signature attack, Justin?
It is stun. I have a stunning strike,
Ooh, perfect.
Oh,
which means that they miss their next turn.
Ooh, awesome. Okay, so as she is zapped with this electricity, Shrill Whistle is stunned. I'm gonna say she takes perch in one of the surrounding commons, on one of the columns in the commons.
So none of my qualities really apply to this because they're sharp claws and healing touch. I'm gonna heal you with violence. But that's fine. I have 3 power, and then the signature attack is 1.
All right, so
Right.
you'll roll 3 dice for the power, and then you'll add 1d6 for the signature attack.
And that was almost a d20. A 6, a 4.
All right,
Yeah.
so you got 2 successes. Unfortunately for you, Shrill Whistle got 3 successes, a 4, a 6, and a 4.
Right.
So she is able to, although she is stunned, Penumbra's beam of Lunar Blaster just misses just by a smidge, and it shoots past this column and it breaks a window.
Yeah, well, it's it's explosive. So like the whole classroom is just papers are flying out the window now.
Oh no,
Well,
my bad.
All right. Good. Oh no.
Selena just looks down at Penumbra and says, "We didn't see anything."
I did my best.
It's just the perfect transition as we go back to Avery. Avery, you are still on your way to the commons. It's a ways away, so it's taking you a little bit. But you and Small are booking it as you round one corner. Let me throw an NPC at you. As you're rounding one corner, you see the soccer team to your left. They look like they're all huddled together, like by the bleachers, kind of like trying to shield themselves from this icy snow and wind that you now see. It's emanating from the commons. There's like a cloud just over the commons, like nowhere else on campus, where like ice and wind are raining down, and some of that is waving over towards you and the soccer team, and you see Rowan Winters, 12th grade hottie Rowan Winters, with his team kind of watching from under the bleachers, his little sister Molly Winters hiding behind him. He sees you running towards it and he says, "Hey, you! Come on over here. You can shelter with us."
What? Shelter? No! No time!
We don't want shelter. We want to attack.
Where'd you get a knife? No, I'm just kidding.
That's just my
Butter
claws.
Avery shotguns an energy drink right then and there, slams it to the ground, but then feels bad, picks it up, and tries to throw it in the recycling bin.
Small, as you see Avery shotgun this energy drink, you realize that you are in fact a bit hungry, a bit thirsty, a bit peckish.
Say, you got another one of those for me?
There's some in the backpack, but
Zip.
Are you sure?
Crack.
Oh, no.
Starts
Oh, no.
just gets as much of that as possible
Well,
without
this should be
asking.
interesting.
Remind me what the nature of your Animon is again, Jess.
It's headstrong, so I'm just
Okay,
imagining,
yeah.
like the
No,
worst
good. That's
frat
what I was.
bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And
I like
yeah,
that.
now you're feeling a lot better, Small. You feel this is like some fire just like shoots off of him. And as you're recycling, Roan Winters says, "No, what are you doing? You need to shelter. That looks dangerous."
And I just grab Small, and and Small is looking like just a little tiny fire, so I'm running around like, "No, can you not see? I have fire in my hands. I'm good." And I just keep running through the crowd yelling, "Fire, get out of the way!"
Oh gosh, I should help that kid. And as you're running away, you are so close, but not quite there to the WA Commons. Is there anything else you want to do on your turn, Avery?
Well, I was hoping my tactic of coming through with a little tiny fireball in my hand would get people out of my way, so I can make a little more.
Yes, as you're running past all the people who were previously getting set up for the Flower Festival, which is the big festival scheduled for this weekend.
We're to the Fire Festival, the Ball of Fire. Cool.
Flower Festival.
Cool.
Fire Festival.
It was cool. It was great.
Yeah, people are definitely like, "Oh!" as you walk by, just staring agape. And you
That's
continue.
right. Back off. Out of our way. We've got a job to do.
And we will shift back to the icy bird. She is stunned for this turn. So although she wants to attack, you see her sitting on that, perched on that column, unable to move for this turn. And this turn, SELENA and Lucas, you notice as up on one of the roofs of the building surrounding the commons, you see a mysterious figure standing on the roof. They look like they're dressed in some kind of dark black suit with a black cape waving in the wind behind them, and some sort of mask. Some sort of mask on their face.
What?
Are you seeing that too?
Huh? What? What do you? Where? I try to look for. I don't think. Oh.
The prom person.
Huh? Do I see them?
Yeah.
Hello? What are you doing up there?
Can't you see there's a big angry ice bird?
We're kind of in the middle of something. Are you here to help? Are you an Animon?
Or maybe you should just get out of the way.
They don't respond, but you see as this shadowy figure holds up their wrist, and very similar to Lucas, they touch something on their wrist, and all of a sudden you see Shrill Whistle begin to change. From her perch on this column, a dark, shadowy substance surrounds her, and you hear her give a cry of pain. And all of a sudden, there's this poof, explosion of dark energy from where she was perched, and in her place is an even bigger, even scarier Animon.
Oh, fuck.
And Lucas, your soul stone pipes up, and it says, oh no, actually it's Abiskers who pipes up because they can deliver exposition. And Abiskers says, "Oh no, it's Shadow Azura Claw, the shadow soul transformed version of Azura Claw. This is bad. This is very bad."
Who's Azura Claw? What happened to Shrill Whistle?
I think it evolved.
No, you go ahead.
No, I think it evolved.
What? Oh, but into a bad guy?
Going off the black smoke, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, just so Justin is aware, basically you're saying what happened was Shrill Whistle would have evolved into Azura
Azura?
Here, it's Azuraclaw, Azura Claw. And Abiskers will explain, Animon are only able to transform when their Animon human partner uses the Soul Stone. This doesn't make any sense. Somebody else shouldn't be able to make this Animon evolve or transform, but apparently they figured out a way to do just that. But she's twisted and dark, and this can only mean bad news.
Party.
What?
Lucas turns up towards that Batman-esque person and says, Hey, don't do that. What are you doing? What? You suck. But it's not my turn, so I can't do anything. That's all.
They still don't say anything to you, Lucas, but they tilt their heads down, their head down, and all of a sudden you can tell that they are wearing a white Kitsune mask, like a fox mask.
Ooh.
Ah,
Ooh.
yes.
Must draw.
But they say nothing. And now it is Cassidy's turn. So we will flip. I always think of a new adjective or verb. We will now float back to where Cassidy.
We'll now undulate to Cassidy.
Oh,
We'll
saucy.
sizzle.
Wait.
We'll sizzle over to
We'll
Cassidy.
sizzle to Cassidy.
Fall back. All right, so Cassidy, we sizzle back to you. You are tiptoeing your way across this icy stage. With each footstep, the floor tiles give a single musical note on each one. So as you step, a strange, haunting song seems to play behind you as you move towards Carlos. The closer you get, again, the colder it gets. And I'm going to say, Cassidy, that because it is so cold now, I'm going to give you 1 point of harm.
Yeah.
This is something we
She's-
haven't utilized yet.
Doesn't have a Jackie.
Cassidy is not prepared for this kind of weather. So Cassidy, you're going to take a point of harm. Kids can have up to 3 harm before they are shaken. And Cassidy, it's a physical sort of like numbing. Like you're starting to lose sense. You're starting to lose feeling in your fingers. And I'm not saying that you're getting frostbite, but if you stay here for a long time, you probably will.
Excellent. Super fun. Glad she climbed when she did. Yeah, so she's just like super chilly. Is he still like kind of like shifting and tossing with each new note that plays? Like, is he responding to the music continuously?
Yes, with each step you take, Carlos seems to kind of like wake up a little bit more. He did not seem to hear your voice, but he hears the music. And I will say, I think one more thing that happens when you take harm is that I believe you gain a bond strain. I'm double checking my notes here, but yeah, whenever a character suffers a harm, they immediately gain an amount of bond strain equal to the severity of the harm. So you will get 1 bond strain now.
Okay.
With Fleurute, who is
Dang
still
it.
in their fledgling Animon form. For the audience at home, Fleurute has not transformed yet. What do you do, Cassidy?
Yeah, so I think she's like getting over there. Like, how close is she like to this ice sphere that Carlos is inside at this point?
You are able to get right up next to it, and it really is surrounding him, kind of like he's in a snow globe.
Okay.
And it is pretty solid.
Okay.
Fleurute hops out of your bag and is like starts tapping on the glass. Hello, Carlos, can you hear us?
Yeah, I think she's just gonna like immediately just like try to kick it and see what happens.
You kick it, and it hurts your foot.
Ow. Okay, not that. Geez, I should have gone to gym class more. Oh boy. Carlos.
You do 1 damage to it, and then it does 1 damage to you just because it hurts so much to kick it.
Dang it. Okay, awesome. So I think, yeah, she's gonna be like, Fleurute, is there anything that you can do? Like, don't you, I don't know, have some like moves or something that you can like try? Like, what do you do? I don't really know anything about you.
Well, when I get bigger, I can do lots of things. Right now, I'm just so small.
Okay.
And she starts
I gotta
like hitting the thing again with the leaves. Just
Please.
I'm trying.
Oh my god. And yeah, I think Cassidy is like something that she does a lot, like when she's trying to like think of a plan, is she like usually touches that locket. So I think she's immediately gonna like go to that, and she's just like kind of caressing that locket like while she's trying to like brainstorm a plan. My hope is that will evolve her.
Yes. Alisa, if you will spend 1 bond point as Cassidy is stroking her soul stone, Fleurute, you feel something come upon you. And Cassidy, would you like to explain what we see as Fleurute's soul transforms into their next form?
I would love to. So I think Fleurute is just like lifted into this like kind of ball of light that's like green with like a yellow aura around it. And a little like sparkles of purple that are just like around, and it just like kind of spins around quite a lot, and then bursts out in this like giant ball of just like light and energy, and it like warms Cassidy and Fleurute up just a hair, just like from the pure energy of it. And then Fleurute is much larger. She's got this like skirt of leaves that is like flowing down from her now, and she's got a big old head of like purple wisteria, and is now Ivelion. Whoa, okay, hi, whoa, that, you are, whoa, okay, I can just, that's the thing that just, hi!
Hi!
You are so much bigger. Whoa, what happened?
I think it's because you tapped into your soul stone.
Right. That's a thing. Okay, cool.
All right, now let's take this thing down. Start singing
Yeah.
again. Now I can do anything.
I think Ivelion would then like try their signature attack, Vine Slash, on this like ice sphere and see if that will burst it open and let us get to Carlos.
All right. The difficulty for this to break open this icy dome is going to be 3 successes. So
Okay.
if you can roll 3 successes in this one turn, then you will be able to break it open.
Okay. Cool. So I'm going to use power and the signature attack. And this is because it's the first time I'm using it. Efficient is one of the effects, so it will not count against. So she'll get an extra use of her signature attack later on.
Nice.
And then one of her qualities is rooted. And I think, her and Cassidy both have been so determined throughout this that that's going to add one more to it. So I am going to roll 5 and see what happens. Okay,
No whammies,
here we go.
No whammies.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Did you want to? Oh,
I was just
Yes,
gonna
God?
say that this might be a moment for you to do a critical success.
Oh,
with
yeah.
the critical
I
gauge,
really
but-
probably should have done that. Yeah, because I did just roll and did not get 3 successes. I only got 2.
that's okay. Justin did. So I will let you, if you want to, instead of using that roll, if you want to use the critical success from the critical gauge, we can do that, because unfortunately Cassidy only rolled 2 successes for this turn.
Is that okay with everyone if I do that?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, then yes, I would love to do that.
All right, Cassidy. So you are using a critical success. A PC may automatically pass a single test without rolling. So Cassidy and Fleurute, you can you describe what Fleurute does with her vines or her roots?
Oh, Fleurute? Okay.
Or sorry,
Ivelion.
Ivelion.
I am Ivelion. Yeah, Ivelion, I think, like Alisa said, rooted. I think like the roots underneath like the skirt like reach out and like ground against like anything, and they like stretch backwards, and like 2 long whips just and just come down on it, and yeah, just Vine whip, and just takes it out.
Awesome. And as you do this, Ivelion, the globe around Carlos cracks, ding, 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 and they're splintering out, and then it explodes into a pile of tiny icy bits.
We're so cool now.
That was amazing. Oh my gosh. And I think then Cassie's just gonna like immediately try to check on Carlos and be like, that's a lot of ice. Is he okay? Did he get cut? Oh God. Did we just hurt him?
As you go to Carlos, you can see that Carlos appears to be physically okay. As you like touch him, I will say he feels like super icy to the touch. Unhealthily like froze, like icy and cool, but he doesn't seem to be cut or bleeding or anything. And as you kneel next to him, Abiskers kneels next to you and Avilion as well and says, "Good work, Cassidy."
Thanks. Figuring it out, I guess. Oh gosh, how do we help him?
Well, that's a good question. And then we pan. That's the word. We pan over to Lucas. All right, Lucas, we are back to you. And I will say now the critical gauge is reset because we have used that critical success. So from here on out, 6s count again.
Woohoo! All right. Lucas, man. Can you describe just kind of, so people are like, nobody's in immediate danger? Everybody's like kind of hidden away in shelter, or?
Good question. As you look around to perceive who is about, you see that there is that mysterious figure on one of the roofs. You see that on another roof, like directly across from that figure, you happen to see that there's a figure up there, and you remember that SELENA sent Victoria Appleblossom up to the roof to find a very rare plant. So you see a terrified-looking Victoria Appleblossom on the opposite roof. And within the commons, Miss Saito has been able to take shelter inside. But there are people who are kind of watching from that window where like there was a blast. You see that there are some people who are watching from up there. And as you look around, you see Jadea is out in the commons. She is trying to like gather some of the materials for the event because, as you know, she is in charge of this event. I think she saw all of the lights explode and was immediately crestfallen. So you see her, actually, let's say this, you see her trying to like unplug everything to make sure that that's not going to happen again. Since she sees it as a fire hazard, she doesn't want anything to catch fire. So she's out there.
Okay.
And there's a handout for her in Roll20 if you want to see. I added a bunch of handouts with pictures of everyone.
Hello, hot. What? Okay. Well, I guess I'll save her then. I'm just joking. It's tricky because, so, on your turn, like, can I do something and my Animon does something?
I'm gonna say yes. I will say that I'm differing from the PDF a bit because in the PDF the kids are mainly supposed to kind of cheer their Animon on from the side, but I really like the idea of you being able to take actions too. So I'm gonna say that you can also do something like physically on, or emotionally, verbally on your turn.
Okay.
Rebecca.
All right, I just saw Jadea.
But not physically, you said.
Holler.
So like,
No, you can do something physical. Like if you want to move somewhere,
yeah,
you can go somewhere and talk to someone. I will say if kids try to attack anything, they do a damage of 1.
Yeah.
They're not very strong when it comes to that kind of thing.
Right. Okay. Man, this is hard. Okay, I'm gonna go to so Lucas is gonna just kind of quickly wheel himself through the whole area over towards Jadea. And meanwhile, he'll tell Zapanzi to he says, I think he's like talking out loud. He says, "SELENA, we probably need to get what's her face off that roof." And then he says to Zapanzi, Z, try to keep what's it called now? Shadow Azuraclaw busy. So while Lucas goes over to Jadea, he's gonna have Zapanzi attack it again.
Awesome.
I can absolutely do that. It's my pleasure. You get him, L.
Yeah.
And I will say, this is one of the things I remember, is that because Azuraclaw is a super stage Animon, anyone has a setback on any attack that you make against them, which means that you have to roll a 5 or higher to count it as a success. You thought you got it easy. You thought you were gonna KO my boy.
And here I thought Emma liked us.
Oh no.
All right. I am going to. So I'll roll for Zapanzi first. This is gonna be power. I am not gonna use my other signature attack because I only have one left. And then so I'll use 3 power plus living battery. Or actually, this one will do lightning fast. So 4 dice.
Okay. And I will roll to defend, to dodge. Oh wait, I rolled wrong. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's
What
not
did you
gonna
roll,
matter.
Justin?
I rolled failures. 4 failures.
Oh no! Okay. Well, I will still roll mine correctly just for, because I'm a stickler for rules. To be fair, I only rolled like 2 successes, so you didn't do horrible compared to Azuraclaw,
Yeah.
even though they have like 6 dice that they're rolling. But unfortunately, Lucas, it does not hit the larger, more powerful blue bird. Like think Articuno, like leaps up or like lifts up from the column into the air, and you just see as they their wings down, and the wind just like races past you as they majestically soar straight up into the air out of Zappenzi's path.
Yep. But Lucas is too busy trying to go over to Jadea and just yelling out, "Hey, get out of here! You gotta go into shelter."
I don't want to we can't let the electricity, I don't want anything to burn down. What is going on? Lucas, what are you doing out here?
What do you see happening?
I see that, and she points at Shadow Azura.
What? You cut out.
That's what I see.
Sorry, did I cut out? I don't know.
Well, she cut out.
Oh, Emma, your mic cut out.
Sorry, I just got a little notification that said my internet connection is unstable for a second.
Oh no.
Can you still hear me now?
Yes, you're good now.
Okay.
Somebody may be using the microwave. We learned that was a problem.
Oh,
Interesting.
Okay. I'm
It's
like
weird, right?
reconnecting to Wi-Fi, so please let me know if I like disappear. Okay, it seems like it's better now.
Yeah. You're good.
It is a little rainy here, so that could be it.
That's true.
Sorry, what was I saying? Oh, Jadea.
Yeah. What do you see?
I see that giant weird bird thing attacking everyone.
You see that?
Yeah, why? What? I mean, it's pretty huge.
I point at Zappanzi and I say, "What do you see there?"
I don't know, a monkey? What is this?
You see a monkey smoking cigarettes?
What up?
And she just like grips her head and closes her eyes, and she says, "Okay, this is either a dream or I have, this is just there's got to be a logical explanation for this, Lucas." And she looks at you and she says, "Can you stop this? Can you help me stop this? We can't let anyone get hurt. We can't let the flower festival
I agree.
be ruined."
I'm absolutely with you. We gotta find a way to trap that bird. Do you have any ideas? You're really smart.
A bird cage?
Yes, of course. Why did I think of that? Birdcage. I want to look around and see if I can find anything that we could use as a birdcage.
You don't see any giant bird cages here by
darn it.
chance. And Jadea is thinking, and she says, maybe you could lure it somewhere where it's around less people.
Yeah. Good idea. Okay. You just make sure everybody here stays safe, and I'll lure it away. Got it. Go.
Thank you. All right.
That's my turn.
All right, Lucas. And now it is Selena's turn.
Okay, so Selena hears Lucas say that, sees Lucas taking off to this girl that he clearly seems to have feelings for, looks up at Victoria up on the roof. That's her name, right? Victoria? Up on the roof. And then looks over at the other roof. Is that fox-faced person still there?
Yes.
And she's just going to say, forget this. And she's going to take off towards the building to get to the roof of where the fox guy is.
All right.
And I think she's going to call after Penumbra and say,
Where are we going?
we're clearly not going to make any damage on that stupid bird. If we take out that guy, we take out the bird. Easy.
Okay, where are we taking them out?
on the roof, I think.
Okay. He just runs with you.
You just kind of go with the flow, don't you?
Sure do. I love the flow.
Loves the flow.
Selena, you are able to make it. Let's say that for your like you can make it like. Gosh, I'm trying to think. With Avery's a little ways away. Selena, you're able to make it like three flights of stairs on this turn, and we'll say that the fourth flight is the last flight. As you are running up the stairs. Actually, as you were running up the stairs, you see someone tries to stop you, and you see your teacher, Miss Saito. She grabs onto your arm and she says, "Selena, what is going on? Where are you?
No time to explain."
What is this?" And she's just looking at Penumbra.
No time to explain. I'll explain it later. I'm sorry.
See you later.
Takes up off the stairs.
Awesome.
Bear just waving as it runs.
And you leave Miss Saito just looking aghast. And you continue to run up towards the roof. And we will come back to you on that turn unless there's anything else you want to do on this turn.
No, I think she's just gonna look to Penumbra as they run and say, "We get up to the roof. I need you to blast that guy with everything you got."
You got it.
Awesome. And now we shift over to Avery, who, just as all this is going down, Avery, you are able to, you catch up to your friends, you round the corner, you skid to a halt, you see, and directly in front of you, a giant blue bird, even bigger than the one you saw yesterday, that just lifted off into the air. You see Lucas and a creature that you would assume is his Animon, fighting this bird. What do you do?
What? Lucas, is that your Animon?
I'm like wheeling away.
Oh, that's right.
Huh?
Oh yeah, you're leaving. Lucas, wait up!
Avery?
I go after Lucas. What's going on? I'm guessing that's why you texted me?
Avery, you're here! You made it! We're trying to lead this thing away! Come on! Come on!
Okay, I have small in my hands and it's looks like it should be burning me severely. But
come on, we gotta catch up! I want a piece of that thing!
Ah! And I just start running. After Lucas, specifically. Trying to take in everything, like, what the fuck did I miss?
I want to attack! I want to attack!
Okay, bloodthirsty. Cool.
All right. And Lucas, where were you going again?
I was trying to, like, head out of, like into an open area where less people are, essentially.
Ah, okay.
Try and, like, draw it out.
All right. So Avery, you and Smol, you on this turn, if you would like to, you can do something else as you follow Lucas, or you can, wait until your next turn. But it looks like you can assess that Lucas is trying to lure it somewhere, so you're following him. Is there anything else that you'd like to do for your turn?
Oh, I was gonna call it a frozen turkey, if I may.
Go for it.
Hey! Frozen turkey! Come and get me! And then it starts running.
Yeah, frozen turkey! Ah! Good one.
Got
Awesome.
him!
I'm still in my fledgling stage, so I'm just kind of like hype man,
Awesome. And you see that it, like, just because it's fun, it, like, turns its head, but kind of like how owls turn their heads, just because it's creepy. And it looks down at you and it lets out, like, an ear-piercing screech. And then the rest of its body turns around because its turn is next. So it's going to attack you. And it's going to follow you. The bird swoops down towards you two as you lead it away from the commons. And it is going to attack. Oh, gosh. Okay. So it's swooping towards you guys. But because Animon generally... I think the way that the game is made, I'm not supposed to attack kids. I'm supposed to attack other Animon. It is going to attack Smol.
No! Come on! Bring it on!
I'm imagining Small like gets so hyped and excited from the CritFuel and just like jumps out of my hand while I'm running. I'm gonna go, no!
All right, Small. Get prepared to dodge. You're gonna
I thought you were gonna say
dodge.
die.
Prepared to
No.
dodge.
You are definitely gonna need to make a dodge dice pool for this one.
Doge. Okay.
Let's see, and I'm gonna make a little dice pool too.
Okay. Let's see.
That's 3. It is going to try and actually peck at Small with its beak this time.
Oh no. Hold on, how do I build this again? Stats, qualities. Stat?
Sorry, if you're dodging, it's, I believe, just your dodge.
Just Doge? Just dodge.
And a quality,
quality,
if you
yeah.
have a
And a
quality.
quality.
That would...
Okay.
Okay. So I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3,
Okay.
4.
No, go back down.
Ooh.
He's dead as me. I got a 6.
Oh no, your dodge is only a 2?
Oh no.
Sad.
Okay, you rolled 1 success, and I rolled 4. Okay.
I'm gonna miss that little guy.
Wait, Jess,
R.I.P.
I'm just
Small.
hang on, Jess. I just want to know so that I can roleplay this. Your is the dodge 2? Oh, but everything is lower because it's
A
a
fledgling.
fledgling. Right. Okay. Never mind.
The dog. Yep.
Baby.
Gotcha.
Okay, so I do. It does attack him. Then let's see. How many hit points do they have?
Looks like 5 right now.
6.
Yeah, 6.
Come on.
All right, Azura Claw swoops down towards you, Avery, and it like pecks at you with its massive beak, and just like pecks Small right on the head, and Small, it attacks and hits you for 6 damage. And dramatically Small flies through the air like X's in their eyes, a big lump on their head, and they land on the grass beside you
I still have my hand out like, what the fuck?
at 0 HP.
Okay! Can I scoop him up and put him in my pocket and keep running?
Oh no. Okay. And that is the Icebird's turn. That is Shadow Azura Claw's turn.
Yeah, but just stick a dead lizard in your pocket.
Yeah. What does Small look like when, if not?
Have you
Is
ever
it-
seen a red-eyed croc skink?
No. Was that?
I'll show you.
Has anybody said yes when you asked that question before?
It's a really cute
Yes.
lizard. It's
It's
really
a very
cute.
cute lizard.
It's very
Very
cute.
cute
It's real
lizard.
lizard. Look up.
It's real.
Hello, Google.
Google's
a red. What is it called?
red-eye croc skink.
Avery, I am also going to give you 1 point of harm because you just saw your little baby Animon get
That would get
KO'd
me.
by a giant bird.
I just got him.
And
That's a horrible
that is going to
creature.
give you both. That is going to give you 1 point of bond strain since you're taking 1 point of harm. I'm looking to see if what else happens when an Animon reaches 0 HP or not 0 HP, 0 XP. I will let our audience know that our Animon companions will not die. But if they get to too low HP, sometimes bad things can happen. So I'm just trying to double
Like he'll get
check.
corrupt.
Well,
So wait,
they
what
might
did I
need
do?
to. They might need to go back into being an egg again.
Oop.
Um,
So that's bond strain, 1 harm for me, and then was there anything else?
yeah, I'm going to say that as you scoop them up, oh
Sad.
gosh, they glow, and then that egg reforms around Small, and they are once again in their Animon egg.
Oh my god. Got it. So
Brutal.
back in my pocket, right where we began.
It was fun while it lasted.
Go back into my
I'm just gonna follow Lucas and be a hype person.
I'll never be a basic Animon, and it's okay.
And we're going to pan back to Cassidy, who is inside Lucas's soul room. Cassidy, when we left you, you were trying to wake up, kind of like check with Carlos. What are you saying? What are you doing?
So I think she's initially gonna try to like shake him a little bit and see if he's responsive to touch or physicality at all.
You shake him a little bit, and he doesn't necessarily look at you, but you hear him say very softly under his breath, "What do you want?"
Oh, I think she's just gonna be like, Carlos, hey, it's Cassidy. I don't know if you remember. Just, we go to school together.
I'm Ivilion!
Oh yeah, this is Ivilion. She's an Animon. Those are real and a thing that exists. So what?
Yeah, yours is a big one and it's outside causing havoc!
Yeah. So that's a problem. But I don't need to stress you out anymore. It's been a big day for you. I just want to like check on you. I want to like figure out what's going on. Like I'm just here for you, my pal. So like. It sounds like there's a lot happening in here. Also, it's like very cold. So like I don't know if there's like a thermostat that you have access to in this place, but like wow. Rough.
Wow. I'm freezing my pedals off!
Sorry,
Anyway, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm totally fine.
Not to like discredit how you feel or like what your journey is, but like I'm gonna be totally honest right now, like not in the frozen creepy auditorium, no, like not super feeling the fine vibes from that.
He sighs, and his breath, you see it in the air. It's so cold, and he says, I can't do it. I just can't.
You can't do what?
I can't play anymore.
Like physically, or like do you not want to?
I want to, but it's just not the same.
Since when?
I used to play because it made me happy, but now it's just and he like puts his head into his arms as he's like huddled and holding his knees, and like the whispers from the audience sort of like gather volume as you remember all of the things that they said.
Yeah, and I think she's gonna like kind of like crouch next to him and be like, and like kind of hover a hand over and be like, is it okay? Can I like touch your shoulder? Is that okay with you?
He shrugs.
Okay, so she's gonna like rest a hand on his shoulder and just be like, listen, I know it can be really hard when there's a lot of pressure, but I have known you for a long time now and I've heard you play, and it just needs to be something that you go back to because you love it. Like you always seem to get a little lost in it when you're playing really well, and that's I think what's been the most beautiful part about it to me. So if you're not enjoying it, you shouldn't do it. But if you want to play, you should just do it for you and try to block out all the rest of the voices.
He lifts his head a little bit and he says, it used to make me happy. It used to bring me joy. I never wanted to play to impress others. I never cared about that. What mattered to me was the feeling that I got when I played. And he closes his eyes and he says, I remember the feel of the cool metal against my chin, my fingers dexterously flitting up and down the keys. When I play, I feel so free as a bird, as graceful as a dancer, but powerful too. I could make something special, just me and my instrument. But now it's just everyone expects so much.
I know that that's hard, especially as we're getting older. What? And she like thinks for a second. And she's gonna say, what is your favorite song that you play?
He thinks. It's a good question. He says, well, the first song that I ever learned how to play on my flute was Hot Cross Buns.
That's amazing. I learned how to play that on the recorder. I love that. Can you show me? I know you don't have your flute with you, or does he have? That's a question I should ask. Does he have any kind of instrument with him at all?
Yeah, let's say that next to him, his flute is like encased in ice.
Oh no. Okay.
We've got some
ooh.
raiders, just real quick. Want to
Real quick. Hey,
Also,
welcome.
anime dance party
anime dance party at the
in this very, very
Perfect
morose,
vibes.
sad scene. Hey, let's have a dance party.
Here, I will change the music real quick so that we can have an anime dance party. Thank you for reading us, Carry On Comfort Studios. Wow, the party of 18. Welcome to the Ghostlight RPGs channel. We are playing Animon Story, which is like a Pokemon, Digimon, indie TTRPG, and someone has just redeemed Anime Dance Party. And since we're having a tender moment here with our friend Carlos, who plays the flute, let's go ahead and dance to something that is beautiful. Let me see if I can find. I picked something. I picked it. I don't. Is that something we can dance to?
can we
Maybe
dance to this?
Let's try this. Actually, no. Let's dance to our theme song. There we go. Why am I making it hard? Here we go. All right, everyone, pump it up.
Dance party.
What do you mean you're
anime
from the
dance
Spider-Verse?
party.
They said we come from the Spider-Verse. I am intrigued.
Dance party. Okay.
All right, yeah,
10
I got
10
that.
seconds.
My joints
Something.
hurt.
Awesome. Thank you for that. That's perfect for when someone writes.
We're playing
Fun.
Kingdom Hearts game.
Love that.
Ooh, Kingdom Hearts game. That sounds like a lot of fun. Oh man, I loved that game when I was a kid.
We'll definitely have to check out your channel. That sounds like so much fun.
Yeah.
Oh, the GM sent them to the Spider-Verse.
Oh, cool. Well, we're
That's
not
so
in the
good.
Spider-Verse currently. We are actually inside the soul room of a young boy named Carlos Estrada, whose Animon is running wild in the physical world while he is stuck inside his soul room. So I'm going to go ahead and switch our music on back over to this very...
And morose.
But actually, Cassidy, you said you were looking for a musical instrument. You see that his flute is encased in ice beside him.
Okay, so I mean, she's gonna try for it. Like, is there any way that she can break it out, or is it just like real stuck?
Florute could try to open it like she did the ice dome.
Yeah, I think she's gonna be like, Ivelion, you're amazing. Love what you do. Can you do the same thing? Can we get to that flute? Oh no.
Oh, Becca, you're muted.
Say it again. One more time.
I don't want to.
It's so cold.
Yeah. Avelian says, "Let me see what I can whip up."
Oh?
That's that 4 kids dialogue for you.
Yes.
Invite slash.
Perfect. Okay. Yep. Nope. So she's gonna. I can do that. Okay. Perfect. So I'm going to do these rolls.
All you need are 2 successes.
Beautiful. Love that. Okay. And so I think it's just gonna be the same roll since it's the same attack.
Depending on how this roll goes.
Oh, 4 successes.
Hey,
Nice.
and 1 6.
Got another 6.
Yep.
Critical gauge is up to 5. Actually,
Yes.
yeah, no, that's right. That's right.
Halfway there.
And for people watching, when the critical gauge hits 10, some crazy cool stuff happens.
All right. Avilion, you are able to smash that ice that is surrounding the flute.
And I think she's going to grab the flute and hand it to Carlos and be like, "Can you show me?"
You hold it there for him, and he looks up slightly from his like kind of fetal position stance, but he just shakes his head and puts his head back in his arms, and he says, "No, I can't anymore. The more I play, the more I pour my soul into the music, the more impressed everyone is. It just is too much pressure hanging over me like a dark cloud, this expectation to be perfect, faultless, to deliver, as if I'm some kind of machine." And he just seems too out of it, too down to perform currently.
Okay, well, I think she's going to be like, "That's fine. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do. But I think I am going to try to duet you." And she's going to be like, "I am not very good with music. So I'm going to leave this flute right here next to you, and you can join in if you want to. You'll probably sound better than me, but if you don't, that's also okay." But she's going to like try to like find the notes for hot cross buttons like on the floor and see if she can remember what they sounded like and jump on them.
I love that. Let's see here. I don't think I need to make you roll for that. So Cassidy, like it might take you a little bit to find the right notes. I'm gonna say that you find the right notes, but what you realize is that they're just far enough away from each other that you need Avilion's help to press the right keys at the right time. The floor is made up of tiles that every time you touch one of them, it produces a different musical note. So instead of, I'm gonna say, let's have you both roll to see how well you can sync up with each other.
Okay.
So maybe a reflex for both Ivelion and Cassidy.
Okay.
And you need to get 2 successes. So 2 4s or higher.
And I don't think Animon have reflex.
So
would that be like agility?
Yep, agility.
Okay, great. Okay, so I'll just roll both of those.
So each of you needs to get 2 successes.
Bummer. Okay, well, that's not happening.
So
Ivelion is great at this, and Cassidy is very much not.
So even though it is a very simple tune, Cassidy, it's just a little, you guys have just met each other, you know, you're doing pretty well. You could scale like a ladder made out of musical instruments all fused together to get to the top of this stage, but when it comes to playing hot cross buns, it's just gonna take you a second to be able to, you guys need to rehearse for a moment. So while you guys practice getting it together, I like the idea that maybe Fularoot is just jumping on the same note over and over, so her job is a lot easier. So as you guys are practicing hot cross buns, we're going to shift back over to Lucas, who is currently trying to draw the giant shadow Azura Claw away from the civilians at the Wellspring Institute.
Yeah, we cut back to Lucas, just, oh shit, okay, alright, okay, gotta find somewhere safe, somewhere away from people. Is there like an open field, or
There's a soccer field.
Soccer field. I'm going to the soccer field. Is Avery like nearby as well, or?
Oh yeah, she's right behind you.
Okay.
I have a dead lizard.
Oh my gosh, Avery, is your Animon okay? Why is it in an egg again?
I don't know. I really don't. It's been a weird like 20 minutes.
Zappanzi, do you know what that means?
I mean, it probably just devolved. You know, it took a pretty big beating right there. So
That
I
can
would go back
happen?
into my egg too. Yeah. I mean, listen, if I get bad enough, I'm gonna go back to Babolt.
Oh gosh, okay. Alright, we gotta lead it to the soccer field away from people, and then I don't know what. Okay, I have an idea. You know how like if you charge up metal, it can hold a shock. Is that true? I don't know anything about real science.
We're making it up. Let's go. I definitely know that it does
Science
that.
doesn't exist here.
Can I roll like a logic or something just to see if my plan would work?
Yes?
Yeah, because I don't know real science, but Lucas is smart. I'm just gonna roll a quick logic check, so... Hey, that's 4 successes out of 4 dice, and one of them is a 6.
There you go, that's
Hey!
a 6. So what is the question?
I was rolling to see if my plan would work.
What's your plan?
I was thinking there's metal bleachers at the field. So if Zap and Z could like electrify them, and then we could get the creature to like land on the bleachers, it would shock it really like horribly bad, like more than like a regular attack or something. Like it's like a it's like a trap basically. I'm trying to set a trap.
All right, so I will say that with your success, you realize that if you can get a Claw to land on the bleachers and then shock them, the bleachers won't hold the shock, but if they're sitting on the bleachers when it does get shocked, then that will work.
And it'll do like more than just shocking it in the air.
Well...
Or will it be the same? I just want to know if I should waste my turn trying to get it to land there, or if it's going to be the same either way.
Let's see, is there any way that you can use bond points or something to have a mechanical way for why that would work better? I'm just looking to see if there's any mechanics that will like help support this.
Sure.
Or for instance, if like, actually no, you go ahead.
Let me do a, well, I guess it'll come up when it happens. I can maybe spend one to get a lucky break or something like that.
Okay, yeah, actually, that's a really great idea. You could use your bond points for the lucky break for something really convenient or like, yeah, I like that.
Okay.
Okay, so Lucas, you guys are heading towards the soccer field. Actually, out on your way, you run into Roan Winters, who is sprinting towards you two. His blue hair bouncing as he jogs.
Roan, wrong way! Turn around!
Holy shit!
Yep. Now you get the picture.
What's the plan?
I think if I can get it to land on the bleachers, I can shock it really bad.
How can we help?
You have people with you?
He glances over his shoulder and you see the entire soccer team is like huddled by the bleachers because one of his special things, the NPCs each get like a special thing since they don't have signature attacks because they're NPCs. And his special thing is that he's the team captain of the soccer team, can always call on the soccer team for help.
Awesome. Well, Lucas is gonna say, I don't want to put all these people in danger.
Okay, so I mean, do you want us to get out of here? Should we clear the area? Do you want us to what you seem to know what you're doing. I know you're a smart kid, so you just let me know how we can help. If not, I'm gonna try to get it away from people.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. Okay. I guess if no, I don't want it to attack anybody. Just go hide. Just go hide.
Okay, man.
Wait a second. Never mind. You know what? I am gonna need your help, but just you. Send everybody else away. No, wait. Take everybody. We'll take everybody.
Lucas, make a decision, please.
We'll take everybody. Just go. I can't get in the bleachers because this school sucks. But if you want to get in the bleachers, okay. Great.
There's a ramp that'll get you to the first set, like the front row.
Okay, never mind. Everybody go away.
Okay, Lucas, I trust you. I'm gonna try and help get people out of here. Hey team. And he like does some cool hand signals so that the team knows that what he wants them to do is to help get any civilians who might be lingering out of this area. And the soccer team just like goes into action. All the slow motion shots of young, beautiful, muscular athletes just racing by. So now there are no civilians in the area, except for Roan, who is sticking around to make sure that you guys are okay.
Okay. Great.
All right. Is that all for your turn, Lucas?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
I guess, yeah, that's good. I feel like I did a lot, so good.
Awesome. Selena, we are moving back to you. You were able to reach the roof of the school building.
Okay. I think she kind of kicks open the door. Where is the fox guy?
You see
We need a name.
You see the shadowy fox figure standing on the opposite end of the roof from you, watching as Shadow Azura Claw flies further away from this building. And you hear them say under their breath in a distorted voice, so you can't tell what gender the person might be, damn it.
But they haven't turned around?
No, they haven't turned. Well, you did slam the door open.
Oh, yeah.
So they say, damn it. And then they
That's my dramatic entrances.
turn around and their mask is facing you. You.
What's up?
Hi.
Get out of my way if you know what's good for you.
You're the one who's kind of ruining my day, so I think you're the one who needs to leave.
Gladly. And you see as they touch that thing on their wrist again.
Don't leave, I have questions.
Are you using bond points to interject and take an action when you normally would not have one?
Yeah, okay.
All right. They're going to touch something on their wrist, and you see them touching what looks like similar to Lucas's Soulstone band wristwatch thing. You see what looks like a purple stone on some kind of armband, and they are touching that, and it begins to glow purple.
I think Selena sees that and just looks to Penumbra and says, "Fire!"
Okay. I fire.
All right. Roll to attack, and I will roll to dodge.
Okie dokie. What is going
Find
to
this
be?
person.
And a 1,
There they
and a 2,
are.
and a 3, and a 4. Okay, and yeah, that's it, I guess. And what's the
We're just seeing who rolls the most successes. So I rolled 2 successes.
I rolled 2 successes.
Ooh, okay. In the case of a tie, let's see. I rolled a 4 and a 4. You rolled a 6 and a 4, so I'm going to say you win that because you have a 6. All right, so Penumbra, you blast this shadowy figure. How much damage is that?
Oh, that is 8.
Okay. This figure is going to take 8 points of damage as this blast hits them square in their chest. Selena, you see as they are pushed back towards the edge of the roof, and they teeter and begin to fall off the roof. This humanoid figure.
Grab them.
What?
Chris, my yapping dog. Can I run and try and grab their sleeve or cape or something? Try to stop them from falling.
Yeah, go ahead and make a check.
Not a murderer.
Like an agility check or a reflex for you.
So it'd be reflex. So it'd be 3 plus.
Let's say you need to get 2. Well, you're on the opposite end of the roof, so I'm gonna say you need to get 3 successes
Okay.
because you're running from all the way on the other side of the roof.
Would you say I'd be able to use my type feature like I care because I'm trying to protect my friends by stopping this guy?
I'll say it because you're trying to actively help him save this person too.
Yeah.
I'll say you can use that. And
Oh yeah.
a type feature, instead of adding an extra die like we did originally, I realized they do have a purpose. Instead of adding an extra die, your type feature allows you to get a boost, so that all you have to roll is a 3 or higher for them to be a success. So better than an extra die.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
So you got to get 3 successes. So 3 3s or higher.
3 3s or higher. Alrighty. So so using my type feature means a boost, not an extra die.
Mhm.
Okay, I just don't want to roll too many. Oh no, I only have 3 die. 3 successes.
Good
5, 4, and
work.
6.
Another 6.
Six.
All right. Selena, using your quick reflexes, you sprint across the roof, the wind like waving through your hair. You look like a total badass as you reach down and you grab this person by their wrist. And even though they're heavier than you expected them to be, you are now holding this person by their wrist as they look up at you. Their fox kitsune mask, it is completely concealing their face, so you have no idea. You can find no distinguishing marks of who this person is.
Okay. And I think she's struggling to like hang on to them and not like fall off the roof with them. And I think she's just gonna ask, who are you? What do you want?
And before we pan over to the next scene, they're going to look up at you and they're going to say, "You may call me the Snatcher."
You. I just might drop you for that name.
And we pan back to Avery with her little Animon egg running around with Lucas on the bleachers at the soccer field.
Lucas, what do you want me to do? I don't have a cooler anymore. So I'm just holding in this damn egg.
I don't know. Lucas is feeling very confused and dejected at the moment. Just do whatever your heart tells you to do, I guess.
Is there anything I can do about this egg?
Abiskers will jump up next to you, one of their copycat forms, and they will say, if you need that egg to hatch, you should think about what strengthens your Animon.
Probably spite and energy drinks.
What is their element? What is their class?
It's fire dragon, I think.
All right, so maybe these energy drinks and some fire might speed up the gestation process.
Okay, and so I try to commit arson with a can of energy drink.
Do you have anything that can light a flame?
Probably. Oh, cause I'm ready for anything. That's my talent.
Awesome.
And I have a bag of holding. I'm gonna stick my entire arm in my bag and try to get something that is highly flammable.
Are you making like an energy Molotov cocktail right now?
There's so much caffeine, it's flammable.
Yeah.
Are we gonna Game Master, is that allowed?
Yeah, you either pull out a lighter or some matches, and
Okay.
And you have like so many energy drinks.
So many. It's sponsored, no big deal.
Sponsored by, what was it called?
CritFuel.
Sponsored by CritFuel.
Yeah, I almost named the Animon CritFuel, but that would be a dead giveaway. Okay, do I need to do anything for this?
Just describe what Avery does.
Avery just like goes to like where there's like some, I don't know, like dry grass or anything dry really, and just like puts down the egg and kind of anchors it with like a crushed up can. And there's kind of like, it's like they always said this was flammable, and so I pour a little bit over the egg and then just drop a lit match on it. Lucas is probably looking at me like,
And as soon as that lit match hits the shell of the egg, it goes up in flame, and now there is a flaming egg in front of you on the soccer field.
the heart palpitations, but this feels right, Lucas. It's fine. Don't look at me.
And for a moment, it just sits there inflamed, and then it begins to shake within the flame, and then it begins to crack, and then it explodes.
Oh shit!
And Small is back.
Small!
Yeah. Hey. That knocked me out a bit.
A little bit.
But love that CritFuel.
Thanks, CritFuel. camera that's not there.
Yeah, right.
All right, Avery. Is there anything else you'd like to do for your turn?
Can I spike this guy or what?
Sure. I will say that for the audience, evolving your Animon does not constitute an action. Well, I guess you technically have already evolved them once from the egg to back to small.
Oh.
So I guess you'll have to wait till your next turn to evolve them again. But if there's anything else you want to do, the evolving itself doesn't count as the action for the turn.
What is the frozen turkey doing?
The frozen turkey is following you over to the field, so they're currently like swooping above you in a circle, eyeing you, and you're flaming. I will say, when you set this egg on fire, the frozen turkey reacts by screeching and flying higher, as if they are afraid of the flame.
Wow.
Small. We'll talk later. You rest now. Go ahead and grab another can. There's got to be like 18 more in there.
Okay. Sorry, I keep forgetting I'm small.
You're good. You're good. Small is going to, he's going to fuel up, and as Shadow Azuraclaw is going to attack. This time, instead of attacking Small, she is going to attack, where's Zap and Z? What are they up to?
I mean, I think he's probably run along with them because he was told to like distract this thing, but this thing took off after Lucas, so he's just like, oh, I guess we're going this way, okay, and he just ran with them.
Yeah, Lucas, I think, was just assuming that Zap and Z was with them because otherwise he's dead meat.
All right, and Lucas, have you told Zap and Z of your plan to electrocute the stands?
Probably not. I think he was too busy talking with Roan and all that stuff, so I don't think he's had a chance to explain it to Zap and Z yet.
All right, Zap and Z, you see as the Azuraclaw circles back, and she is going to try to attack you using her... Oh, gotta look at the right NPC list. Using her... Snow Cyclone. A snow cyclone appears.
Woof.
And Azuraclaw flies in a circle in the sky and creates a snow cyclone in that circle. And it is headed directly towards Zap and Z. Zap and Z, dodge!
Okay. This will be 5 because I'm adding my quality of lightning fast.
There you go.
2 successes. No, this thing is... Oh, no, but I'm a basic level, so... Okay. 2 successes.
Okay, let's see what I roll. I rolled 2 successes as well. It looks like I got a 6 and a 4, and you got a 5 and a 4.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna say because I rolled a 6, that is going to go to Azuraclaw.
Sure.
A snow cyclone races towards Zap and Z, and although he tries to get out of the way, he is going to take 6 damage.
6 damage.
What the fuck?
No, Z, watch out!
Thanks for the heads up, El. Ow!
And we will
Great.
shift back.
Yeah,
over
and then
to...
there's a whole ad break between after, and then it comes back, and they're just still like kind of looking at each other like, okay.
And we're going to shift back to our friend Cassidy, who is practicing hot cross buns. Cassidy, by the time we reach back to you, you and Avilion, you have perfected hot cross buns. So as you play, you notice that Carlos begins to uncurl from his fetal position, and he looks up and watches you two, and watches what I might think perhaps there's some joy in finally getting it right after having to practice it a couple of times. He watches you two joyfully playing together. Such a simple song, although it is so simple, it is still delightful to hear two friends making music together. And he is going to reach one cold hand over towards his flute and gingerly pick it up and hold it in his two hands as you continue to play. And then eventually, very tentatively, he brings it up to his very frozen lips, and he's going to attempt to blow and play. And although his fingers must be freezing, and although his lips are blue, somehow, some way, he is able to play this simple tune, and the sound rings out in the soul room much louder than you would have thought it could. And as it does so, the iciness of the room seems to lessen, and it isn't quite so frozen, and the whispers aren't quite so loud. And the more that you two duet together, the less cold it becomes, and the easier it becomes. You can see Carlos almost warming up himself, his skin regains its he's looking very pale. His skin regains its normal tan hue, and he seems to be holding himself up taller. And as you guys play, he even starts to improvise, and then it becomes more than hot cross buns. Now it's a whole different song. And eventually it comes to an end, and he lowers his flute and he looks at you two, and he seems more with it now. His eyes are lit up, and he says to you in a very typical emotional anime monologue. He says, "When I play, I feel so free. I can make something special. I can pull at people's heartstrings, conveying depths of emotion I could never express with words alone. Sorrow, love, hope. But the more I played, the more people expected from me, and the less joy I felt when I played. I forgot what it was just to play for myself and not to meet others' expectations of me. The joy was replaced by fear, a fear of disappointing others and losing this mantle I'd never even wanted in the first place." And he looks to you, Cassidy, and he says, "Thank you for reminding me that music is what brings me joy."
I mean, Cassidy's crying, just full sobbing right now. And she's just like, "That's really beautiful." And I think that you trying so hard right now and just to overcome those fears that you've been feeling, that was the bravest thing I've ever seen. And that had nothing to do with your music. That's just who you are. And I think you're really beautiful, and what you can do is really beautiful. And thanks for playing with me. I might have to take a few more music classes, but that was really fun.
He blushes and kind of rubs the back of his head with one free hand, and he says, "Anytime. Do you know how to get out of here?"
I think Cassie's gonna be like, and look at Abiskers.
Abiskers looks at your soul stone.
Oh, right. I touched this. Do you have a gem of some kind? Because do you know you have an Animon?
What?
Okay, no. So she's just gonna touch hers and just be like, "Yeah."
And
Exit.
very much exactly. You touch the soul stone, and it begins to glow green again, and that same sphere that took you into Carlos now expands again. This time encompassing both you, Avilion, and Carlos, as the three of you are transported out of the soul room and back into reality. And as the light fades, you find yourself back in the auditorium. Before, the entire symphony was frozen solid in ice. As you return, you look around and you see that everyone has thawed out. And although they are covered in water, they're looking around bewildered, like completely at a loss for what happened. They are thankfully alive and well.
I think Avelion like reaches out their vine tendrils and like wraps them around both not Alisa, Cassidy and Carlos, and is like, "We did it!"
Cassidy is like full leaning into that, like she's just like going for it, and then she's gonna like look at Carlos for a second and be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, is this okay?"
Oh, yeah, no, that's okay. Thank you again. I'm not really sure what just happened, but I thank you for helping me.
We saved the day.
Who are you?
Hi, I'm Avelion. I thought we already did introductions. You forgot me.
It's been a long day. It's, you know what? It's fine. We'll talk about this all.
I had a personality.
Oh no, you have a wonderful
Turns out I'm
personality.
just a shrinking violet.
Oh no.
No, you're I just am not used to talking to flowers.
I'm kidding.
I am way used to that. That's kind of sad. But anyway, we'll talk about this in a second. But like, I think I probably have to go like check on some things because it's been kind of crazy out here while you've been in there. So let me go check on my friends. And now that you're okay, is that okay if I go do that?
Well, if I've done something to hurt other people or to make things hard, I can come help.
You should. After all, it's your Animon.
My what?
Animon.
We'll cover that. You gotta soul it, Animon. We'll talk about it on the way.
You have a real
Let's
cool
go.
bird, but it's got an attitude problem right now.
Okay. And Carlos follows you, and you are able to explain on the way. As we shift back to Lucas, who just saw his Animon get attacked by Shadow Azuraclaw.
Right. First of all, welcome Raiders. Welcome in.
Are we raided again? Oh my! Zar!
Yay!
I hope your stream went well.
Yeah.
Hope it went well. So yeah, Shadow Azuraclaw is like right there, right?
Yeah, they are
they're
above you. They look to be avoiding Small and Avery, and they are currently flapping their wings in the air above Zapanzi.
Cool. I am going to yell to Avery. Avery, toss me a can of CritFuel.
You got it. Nature's back. Do I need to roll to toss this?
No, I'm gonna let you have that one.
Yeet.
Ding. And
Make sure the label's out.
I'm on the ding crit roll. I'm gonna I'm on the
$50.
bleachers, and so okay, I'm gonna do. It's so hard. I never know the order. Like, do I roll first, or do I explain what I want to do first? But like, it's hard. Okay.
Explain what you want to do first.
Being a player is harder than being a DM, you guys.
Quotes by Justin Barron.
Explain what I want to do first. Okay. Well, it won't make sense unless I roll well. Okay. I want to.
Well, then if you don't roll well, I'll tell you what happens instead.
I know. Okay. My plan is to I want it to come down and try to I'm gonna like taunt it basically. And just as it is almost there, I'm going to crack open that CritFuel and pour it into the makeshift test. I have not tested this yet, but it's an engine, like it's a makeshift engine thing that I added to my wheelchair. As I mentioned last session, Lucas is always kind of trying to like I don't know, rig up different crazy things that rarely ever work, but he just needs fuel for it, so he's gonna pop that CritFuel in there. And then, yeah. And then...
So you're pouring CritFuel into your engine that is on your wheelchair.
Yeah, I'm taunting the thing down, pouring that in there, and then as soon as it comes at me, I'm going to activate my thing and like blast out of the way, essentially, so that as it lands, it gets electrocuted, because then I'll have Zapbanzi take his turn to do that.
All right. So since you are trying to move quickly, let's go ahead and call this a reflex for you. And it sounds like, is there anything, like any talent or anything that could give you a boost to this? Does your kid type, does it make sense to give you a boost to this?
Yeah. I have gain a boost to develop something new.
Ooh, that sounds
apply?
perfect.
Great. And then, yeah, my engineering talent.
Yeah.
Does that work too? Okay. So I have 5 dice with a boost.
Okay, and let's say that, so if you were trying to move quickly, you're not necessarily, I don't think it would count as a dodge roll. Let's just say that for this to work, you need to roll 3 successes or higher.
Okay.
And then your plan of moving very quickly because of the CritFuel will work.
Okay. 3 successes or higher. I have 5 dice, and I need to get 3 or higher, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Ooh! two nat ones and 5, 5, 6.
Yes, you did it. That's 3 successes. And one of those 6s can help. The critical gauge goes up to 10.
Boom!
Thanks, CritFuel.
CritFuel, the critical gauge of fuel.
Fuel.
Shut up.
Sorry.
I'm done.
So once again, our critical gauge is at 10. That means that a critical... Whoop, my internet connection was unstable for a second. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, good. That means that a critical move can happen now. So number 1, Lucas, this does work. You will be able to like turbo boost away. You also have the option of using a critical move if you and your team so choose to. So I will say that, yeah, you are able to rocket across the field using your CritFuel.
Awesome. So yeah, I blast off from the bleachers, like, I don't know, 15 feet off in the air. And just as the thing swoops down to like grab me on the bleachers, maybe like with its talons or whatever it is, then I will call to Zapbanzi and say, "Now! Shock him!"
All right.
And hopefully that works.
Okay.
Yeah?
So, I will give you an option. You can either use a critical move to make this a critical success, or you can roll for Zapbanzi an attack roll, with the intention of it zapping Azura Claw through the bleachers.
Right.
Which means Azura Claw would get to roll a dodge
Right.
against it.
I don't know. What do you guys think? I don't want to use the critical gauge if it's, you know.
I mean, I can't think of any like real reason to use it since the whole Carlos thing has been settled.
Yeah.
I think now's the time.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Okay. Well, then should we do the critical combo attack? Well, but Jess.
Yeah, you're the only one who can do anything.
That's right.
Now.
Yeah.
I have an angry tic tac. That's what I have right now.
I know.
I'm not sure.
And I'm on a route.
We could do the critical evolution, but I guess is everybody else already at their highest level except for Small?
Yeah, but it'd be helpful.
Would it?
Yeah, because then you'd have another person to help you.
Yeah.
Yes? No?
True.
Yes? No? Yes?
What do you think, Jess? You want to evolve Small?
Sure.
I don't know if that makes sense in this moment though, so I'm not gonna be the one to do that. I don't think like that makes sense to what I'm
Save it.
doing right now. So, I'll just roll. I'll just roll. It's fine.
Do the thing.
All right, so Azuraclaw is gonna roll a dodge.
Yeah. Okay, attack for Zap and Z. I am gonna do the stunning strike this time. So that's 1, 4, 5. 5 dice.
Oof.
I'm gonna push it.
Okay, so because Justin only rolled 1 success, he is going to spend a bond point to push the roll.
I'm sorry. Hang on a second. I think I was
Yeah.
wanting to do something with bond points before that roll.
Aha, okay.
Better the odds. Spend 1 bond point to gain 2 dice on any roll. Spend 2 bond points to gain 3 dice. 3 bond points for 4.
Bond points are a special tool that our players can use. NPCs do not have bond points. Only players with Animon partners have bond points, and this allows them to do special things on their turns.
Well, I guess the only thing I can do is better the odds, and since I already rolled, I feel like that would be wrong to re-roll with extra dice. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I already did it. So, I will just push.
All right, you will take 1 bond strain for pushing the roll.
Yeah.
How many bond strain do you have now?
2.
Okay.
And then I will roll again, but can I use bond points on this one to add better the odds?
Yeah, I think you can. Yeah.
Okay. So then that will do. I'll spend 1 bond point just to gain an extra 2 dice.
Okay.
Which will put me at. Okay, my pencil broke. Which will put me at 7 dice.
All right, you need to roll 2 successes because my dodge roll was a 4 and a 6. So you need to roll 2 or higher successes for this to work.
Okay.
Somebody says, break it down, Alisa.
I'm always dancing on the stream. That's just all I do in the background.
Whenever I'm a player in the same way, if there's ever a music, I'm just vibing to it.
Okay.
How'd it go?
I got 5 successes with 2 d6s, but the critical age is already at max. So, but yeah, it went well.
It goes very well. And because you rolled so many successes, let's see, how much damage does that do regularly? Oh, actually, yeah. Tell me how much damage it does regularly, and I'll tell you how much extra you get.
Right. Regularly, it does 8 points of damage, and the creature's also stunned their next turn.
Okay, it's going to do 8 points of damage plus 3.
Awesome.
So that's 11 points of damage.
And he's just gonna stunning strike, bitches.
I
That
can't see.
and Azuraclaw squawks as it's like cartoon, like you see their skeleton for a second, and like it just like shoots up through this metal charged bleachers, and they are not looking good. You see little pieces of smoke, just like they're singed on the edge of their feathers, and they stop flying and they actually land on the grass, and they are stunned.
Awesome.
And it is now Selena's turn, who is currently up on a building, up on the roof of the school,
Grappled.
holding a mysterious figure wearing a fox mask as they dangle.
And I think she's still struggling, trying to pull this person up. And she's like, hang on, don't worry, I got you. And I think Penumbra's got like an arm wrapped around Selena's leg and is like trying to help pull as well. And they're trying to pull the person back up because I am edgy, but not a murderer. Renegade for life.
Let's go ahead and have you roll just a straight, well, I guess you have reflex. There's not really like a power. I'm just going to say you can like help pull them up, Selena, since you've got Penumbra helping you.
Mm-hmm.
But as you're pulling them, you hear that they begin to and you see
Hey,
that the purple stone on their wristband, purple like a purple like orb begins to expand from around it, kind of like when Selena, or you didn't see this, but like when Cassidy's green orb came out, and as it moves to expand around them, even as you're pulling them, you see as their body disappears into this purpley black substance, and the orb sucks back into itself, and the fox person, Snatcher, the Snatcher they call themselves, has disappeared. And then you see on the ground, the purple orb reappears, and they are now on the ground 4 floors below you, and they look up, and they're not gonna flip you the bird. I think they just wave at you like this, and then they sprint towards the soccer field.
What the hell? But yeah, Penumbra's waving, Selena's flipping the bird, just like hanging over the building. Just great. Well, I guess we're running downstairs now. Let's go. Okay.
Pulls you up.
Before she runs though, she like stops and then turns back and like leans over the edge of the building just a little bit to try and yell. I don't know if anybody's gonna hear it, but she's just gonna say, creepy guys coming your way! Proceeds to run down the stairs.
Awesome. As you are running, Selena, as you reach the bottom of the stairs and you're preparing to leave the building, you hear a voice say, Selena! And you turn around and Nurse Star is standing there with her pink undercut bob and her awesome butterfly tattoos and piercings.
I can't talk, kind of running, bye!
Wait! And she starts to run after you. I can help!
With what? How?
And Nurse Star, let's see. Let me switch up the music a little bit. You knew it? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
And Nurse Star looks at you, Selena, and she reaches into actually no, she like pulls back some of her hair on like the side that doesn't have the undercut, and you see that she has an earring in, and it is a star, and
Knew it.
it shines in the light.
She was too cool to not know.
And she says, you can come out now. We don't have to hide. And you see as a creature that looks, I might say this wrong, but it looks like an oxalotl. Appears. But imagine one that's like kind of translucent, and you know how there are those essential oil diffusers that change colors like very gradually. It's like that, and they're kind of hovering as they appear behind her, and they say, "It's very nice to meet you."
Ah!
Hi. And Nursar says, "We need to talk after this, but first, we've got to stop that bird."
Yeah, okay, cool, let's go.
Let's go.
And then, like, to herself, like, inside her head, Selena's just like, I knew she was cool. Like,
Damn it, she's cool.
damn it, she's so cool.
Damn it.
And the 4 of you race off towards the soccer field. And I'm going to say, just because I want you to be able to catch up, but by the time you get there on your next turn, you will be there.
Awesome.
Avery, we are back to you.
Thanks, CritFuel. Okay. What was I meaning to do? We need to spike my friend here. And there's only one way to do that. Grabs the 18th can of CritFuel.
Wait, what? Sorry, I missed that.
Just kidding. I'm gonna go to the nearest trash can. I'm gonna say, buddy, you can usually get in here real quick.
Gonna need me to. I'm sorry. I can't hear. The music in my headphones is like too crazy.
DJ, can you stop spinning those tunes for like 1 second?
Let's see. Justin, if you go to the little cog, you can turn down your master volume, because I can't change the volume for
No,
you.
you're good. It's fine. No, that's sorry.
Okay.
Go ahead, Abe. I mean, Jess.
Oh, I was saying, well, Avery was saying, to Small, hey Small, that seemed to work out last time, but I think I'm gonna need you to sit in this trash can really quick. Do you trust me?
Yeah.
Okay. Takes the can, pours it out into the trash can, and then lights another match.
Wait, am I an egg or am I a fledgling?
You're fledgling.
Oh, okay. I thought I was still an egg for some reason. My bad.
Or one
Okay.
out for the homie.
Pour one out for my homie, who's still alive and right in front of me, and not dead anymore. And I throw the match in, and the entire trash can catches on fire. I also, from my bag, reach and get my camelback water tube long thingy and go, yeah, I probably should stop drinking this stuff, huh? And yeah, it catches on fire and emerges, comes Scorch Spike, my
Yes.
lovely basic friend.
All right. Small, you soul transform, emerging from the flames like a phoenix from the ashes. Scorch Spike,
From
just
the trash
go
can.
from the trash can. Go ahead and mark that you've spent 1 bond point for this soul transformation. Scorch Spike, you appear from the fire stronger than you've ever been before.
Finally. Let's
And you
wreck
can-
some shit.
Yup. What would you like to do?
So Scorchback has a signature attack that is called the Spike Strike, but I would like to describe it as, I don't know if you've ever seen those like desert lizards like grab onto their tails and start rolling on the ground. He's gonna do that, but he has 2 tails now. He just looks like a bigger version of what he looked like before, but with 2 tails. That kind of look like, the tails kind of look like metal rods that are like heated up at the end, so it's like this burning like weird color. But now all of his scales start to kind of get all fiery, and you say, okay, Spike, see that flying turkey?
Yeah.
It's quite frozen. Why don't we heat it up?
Shake and bake.
Shake and bake. Oh, no. And then it's gonna use signature attack Spike Strike. Grab onto his tails and just roll on the ground like a little spinning wheel of flaming daggers at the.
Spike
the
strike.
Are the physics there? Probably not. But science doesn't exist in our world.
Science doesn't exist in this world. Absolutely not.
It exists. We just push past the boundaries.
That's right. We push it.
Okay, so from my understanding, my dice pool looks like, oh shit, I lost it. Okay. I famously can't see. Okay.
I will also say that because you are a fire type Animon, and because Azuraclaw is an ice type Animon, you do not have a setback on attacking against them. The fact that you have a boost evens the playing field, Avery, so you can go ahead and attack them, even though they're a stage higher than Scorch Spike, without any kind of penalty.
Awesome. So just 4 is the.
And they will actually have a penalty on their dodge against this.
Get wrecked. Alright, I got it.
I'm going to have a setback, I should say.
My target is still 4, right? My target is still 4.
You will pick one of your stats. So you'll probably power, and then you'll add that many dice to the pool, plus 1 die for your signature attack, plus 1 die for any quality that Scorch Spike has that might help in this attack.
I'm gonna say his natural armor because he's covered in spikes
There we go.
that are on fire. Alright. got 2 successes.
And I only got 1, so that
Get wrecked.
Get
hit.
wrecked!
How erect does she get?
You're on fire now, and it kind of hurts. Like getting hit with a bag of coins.
How much damage does Scorch Spike do?
6.
Okay, sorry, I shouldn't whistle into my microphone. And then also they're gonna do an extra damage because you have 2 successes and they only had 1. So
Yay.
Avery, Azura Claw cries out in pain as their feathers are singed. They are super susceptible to this fiery attack, and they not quite down, but very close to it. They kind of half collapse onto the grass because they are still stunned from the attack that Lucas gave to them last time. So they are unable to do anything for their turn. So they just lay there, looking pretty, definitely bloodied, very close to being KO'd. And it is now Cassidy's turn, but do you want to say anything before your turn is over?
No. I just want Spike to look really cool, rolling back to me and doing his signature "I don't give a shit about you" pose.
Hey Avery, check this out. And it just like looks off.
He's so cool.
All right. We are going to switch over. Cassidy, actually, you are running towards your friends. I'm going to say for time's sake that you and Carlos are able to catch up with Nurse Star and with Selena. And all of you arrive at the soccer field at the same time, just in time to see Scorch Spike attack Azura Claw, bringing them to the ground in the grass. And they're still conscious, but they look barely so.
I think Cassidy's just gonna be like, that was amazing. And I think she's also like holding on to one of Ivelion's leaves. Like she's been holding the hands with her this entire time they've been running after their duet. Like she's so excited about this whole thing. And yeah, I think she's gonna just like look around and look at Carlos and be like, so I think that's yours, and point to the bird.
Oh, wow, that's my Animon?
Yep. That is your Animon. It's been having a hard time. It's been kind of freaked out, and I think it needs to like go back like into that soul room because Abisker said that, that's where it belonged. So maybe it just needs to like take a breather in there for a second. I don't know if you want to like talk to it or
What do I say to a giant bird?
hello?
It's a
I
good
don't know.
place to start.
It's pretty nice. Maybe just introduce yourself and get to know each other for a second. But it seems a little scarier since I saw it last. And she's going to look over at Jess and Lucas and be like, first of all, Jess, hi, that was amazing. Lucas, Jess, what happened to it?
My name's Avery.
She's going to immediately pass out from
Fourth
embarrassment.
Psychic damage.
Aww.
What was your sorry.
Brutal.
What was your question?
What happened to the bird? It seems bigger and scarier.
Oh.
I mean, also deader, but
Yeah, there was this like fox mask person, and they had like a soul stone. It was a whole thing. Hey, Carlos is here.
Hey.
Hey,
yeah.
you're hey, can you control this thing now? Cause like you're here and it's your Animon.
I don't know. I don't even know what Animon are. I can say hello.
Yeah, just
Where's that damn cat?
I'm right here. And all three Abiskers whoop back into the same Abisker. So now there's just the one.
Ew.
Abisker's signature move is copycat. So now they are all one cat.
Excellent. Yeah, I think Cassidy's just gonna be like, yeah, Carlos, let's just try talking to it, and then we can see what happens from there.
Okay. And Carlos, still holding his flute in one of his hands, is going to tentatively move towards the bird, towards Azura Claw. Hello, bird. I'm Carlos, and I think you're my Animon. And the bird, the bird is kind of just like sitting there with one of its wings kind of up defensively, and it looks at Carlos, unsure. You still see that it's got like some dark energy swirling around it. And Carlos says, I don't know if it's working.
You could try using your flute. That's where you said your happy place was music, and so maybe it's the same for your Animon, and it'll respond to that.
Okay, well, I'll try. And so Carlos brings his fingers shaking a little bit, brings his flute to his lips, and begins to play. And just like in the soul room, Cassidy, you hear him play very clearly. This time it's not hot cross buns. This time it sounds like the solo that you know that he is supposed to play for the symphony that night. And so he begins to play. And at first nothing seems to happen. But then gradually you see that the dark energy swirling around Azura Claw begins to die down. And Azura Claw looks less hostile. And as Carlos plays, they seem to calm down. And you see as their whole body glows blue while their feathers glow blue, and they start to shrink back down, all the way down until they are a little fledgling Animon that is about the size of an actual bird, a little blue bird, and it still has little ice crystals hovering around it, but it hops over the grass towards Carlos, and then it like takes off into the air and flies around him as he plays, and he continues to play until it flies up, and then it turns like into a glowing ball, and then goes back down, and you see it enter Carlos through where his heart would be. And he finishes the song, and everything is still in the soccer field for a moment. And then he just turns around and he looks at you and all of you, and he says, did I do it?
You did great. That was perfect.
That felt really nice. Like I just got back a part of myself that I lost.
Cassie is crying again.
Well, Carlos, I don't know a ton about Animon, but I do know that they're a part of us. There are souls.
Like a soulmate?
Like a soul monster.
Oh. Huh.
Lucas looks at Selena like, huh? Okay.
Hey, where's that pervert in the mask?
Selena, you look around, and you see standing on one of the distant bleachers, the figure with the mask. But as it watches Carlos's Animon get sucked back into Carlos, you see it touches the what you think might be a soul stone on its wrist, and it disappears in another orb of darkness. Nurse Star says, wow, good job, kids. You really are the heroes of destiny, aren't you?
Wait, what?
There's a title that comes with this?
It's more like
I told you.
How do you know about cock?
I don't.
Okay, Lucas, maybe we lead with the full thing.
Oh,
yeah, you
sorry.
say the full name and then you give the anagram.
And then we
Cock
smash
for
it
life.
together.
How do you know about cock for life?
That's not. That's not it.
That's definitely it.
Oh.
Oh yeah, she's got an Animon.
I'm not going to answer that question because that would be inappropriate, but I do know what Animon are, and I can answer all of your questions. But first, we need to do something, and I promise I'll explain everything, but it'll be a lot easier if we do this. And she's going to turn to what you can all see, Lucas and not Selena, Lucas and Cassidy. You see that she has what appears to be an animal next to her. I gotta pull up its little NC stat block. She says, this is Oxalamander. They're my Animon. And they have a special ability that they can do. Would you mind? And they say, gladly. And you see as they begin to glow like multicolored rainbow, and from them a big old orb of white light. For anyone, yes, this is very much inspired by Code Lyoko, is going to shoot out from them and just engulfing everything around all of you. And for a moment, all any of you see is pure white light. And then suddenly the world is normal again. And you look around and it doesn't seem like anything is super changed here. But Nurse Star says, follow me. And she leads you back towards the commons. Actually, no, I will say something has changed here. You see that all of the obstacle course that the soccer team had set up, which had probably been, tossed away by the winds and the snow, everything is set back the way it was. And as she leads you back to the commons, you see that all of the booths that were destroyed are back to the way they were. And the snow is gone. And actually, wait, no, let me edit this a little bit because I'm kind of improvising here, but I did the stuff is still broken. But as you head back to the commons, they see the soccer team passing you. And Roan goes, oh, what happened to the field? We just had everything set up a couple minutes ago and now it's all tossed everywhere.
Well, it's because of the big bird. Remember I told you guys to go hide?
What? What are you talking about, Lucas?
Well,
it was a loose dog ran through, just knocked everything over. The dog was named Big Bird. Big Bird.
Frozen turkey bird.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Huh.
Wait.
Big blue dog.
Lucas immediately turns around and looks at Nurse Star and just says, what did that thing do?
You look back and Oxalamander is not there. They appear to be not there.
I think Selena just puts her hands over Lucas's mouth and is like, maybe you should stop talking until she can give us some answers.
I will gladly do that. Yep, sorry team, guess you'll have to reset the field. Okay, we're gonna go over here, bye. And she leads you away from the soccer team as they begin to reset their obstacle course, and you go back to the commons. Oh, yes, Selena.
Do they not see our Animon? Because our Animon are still out.
Oh, that's right. Roan looks at your Animon and says, what are those?
Prizes from some of the games. The dog grabbed them, and now we're carrying them. They're just stuffed animals, and Selena picks up Penumbra and is just sort of waving her around, just carelessly tossing from side to side. Stop talking.
Oh, that's actually really cute. My little sister Molly would. Hey, where'd Molly get off to?
Yeah, you better go find her. Okay, we gotta go.
And you guys exit back towards the commons where you see that people are resetting everything that's been broken. Lucas, you see that Jadea is over by the all of the wires where you had previously fixed the fairy lights, and she's looking at them and she's shaking her head in disbelief and frustration. And Miss Saito is helping to set up booths once more. Everyone is helping to fix this damage, and as you look up, you see that there's one person still standing on the roof, and she looks down at you, and you hear her yell, "You are a bunch of liars! There's no flower up here! Oh, when I get my hands on you freaks, you're gonna pay!" As Victoria Appleblossom stomps back down from the roof.
Oh, goody.
And your star leads you past all of this to her nurse's office where all of you can be in private. And she says, I'm sure you have some questions. And that is where we're going to end our stream tonight.
Yay! Good bookend.
And yeah, thank you
Nice.
everyone for that awesome second session. That was Animon Story Monster. Right, Soul Monsters. I'm losing it. Animon.
We've lost the thread.
Soul Monsters
Crit
Awaken,
gauge.
episode 2. We'll be back with episode 3 next Friday, same time, same place. If you are watching this in the future, thank you for watching the VOD on YouTube. I want to take a moment to thank everyone who participated in the chat today. Thank you for your support and your using those points, those channel points, to give us some extra fun dance parties. I also want to remind anyone, if you're here for the first time, don't forget to hit that follow button, maybe hit that subscribe button. You can leave tips for the players by donating directly to the Ko-fi account. And yeah, Justin, is there anything that we should promote before next Friday?
Well, Monday, as per usual, we have our Contraband series, which is Blades in the Dark. If you're not familiar, it's on its second season, and it is wild and dark and also very funny, actually. So check that out on Monday nights. And that's the only other show we have going right now. We just finished some Moonshade stuff, some Adventures League stuff. So until we get something else started back up, Mondays and Fridays, y'all.
Ooh, and are we going to raid anyone tonight?
Yeah, I'm looking right now.
I see, just on mine, I see Vorpal Tales is streaming right now.
Yeah, sure, let's do it. Cool, we'll do that.
Cool. Awesome. Well, thank you, everyone. Have a good rest of your weekend. I'm so excited to continue Animon Story Monsters Awaken with y'all. Oh, and real quick, each of you, let's see, definitely Cassidy receives a point of experience for leaning into her virtue of hope. You used your virtue of loyalty today too, Selena, so point of XP for you. Jess, I want to give you XP for
Arson.
yeah, essentially, yeah. Being by leaning into your not just courage, but like your ready for anything, like your ability to just like words are escaping me, but basically I want to give each of you an XP. And Justin, of course, Lucas, for coming up with the plan that electrocuted Azura Claw and gave them so much damage, because that was the biggest hit that Azura Claw took during the fight. So each of you gains 1 XP, and then you'll also gain 5 XP in addition to that, because the way we're leveling up is everyone gets 5 XP after each session. That's not how you do it in the book, but we've got to speed this up because we only have 6 sessions total. So that means each of you will get a minor upgrade.
Thank you.
That's all.
Dope.
All right, everyone. Thank you. We're gonna go raid Vorpal Tales.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.